This evening for the Blasters, number 32, Vin Mazzaro. John Hunton is the manager of the New Jersey Blasters.
pleasant good evening and welcome to TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey, where tonight the Somerset Patriots play host to the New Jersey Blasters for Game 7 of the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. The New Jersey Blasters entering tonight's game and entering the beginning of Week 4 in the SPBS, up 4-2. Yes, the upstart New Jersey Blasters are currently in control of the Somerset Professional Baseball Series, and we've got another exciting action to take place at TD Bank Ballpark this evening. Well, welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Mark Schwartz. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether it be on the Voice of Central Jersey, 1450 WCTC, or whether it be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Somerset Patriots. Very appreciative of everyone who has decided to join us for your Saturday night. We were supposed to start Week 4 last night. Of course, last night's game was rained out. It will be made up at 6:05 p.m. tomorrow. But right now, we've got a lot going on in the SPBS. Of course, the New Jersey Blasters are up 4-2. This is officially a 13-game series now, which means the first team that wins 7 games, quote-unquote, wins the league and will get the Joe Torre Championship Trophy. What does that mean for this weekend? Well, the Blasters are coming off of a weekend sweep. They took both games in Week 3, which was last weekend, over the Somerset Patriots. So if the Blasters are able to distance themselves a little bit more this weekend, Somerset already has an uphill battle here, and things got a little more difficult because of the Blasters sweep last weekend. Now, there are a couple of headlines going into Week 4 that are important. With last night's postponement, David Kubiak is most likely not going to get a start this weekend for the Patriots. It is Mark Leiter Jr. who's going to be the starting Patriots pitcher tonight. Tomorrow night, it's likely going to be Max Herman. So David Kubiak not pitching. He's had some struggles so far this season, so we'll see how that affects the Patriots. For the New Jersey Blasters, Vin Mazzaro is on the mound this evening as well. Also a new member on the New Jersey Blasters, Pat Geiger. We'll get into that in a little bit later. Right now, the Patriots have taken the field, so we'll step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, the TD Bank starting lineups and first pitch between the Patriots and the Blasters on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for coming today. We are very, very excited.
At long last, we are almost ready for baseball to return.
We're going to be introducing the Somerset Professional Baseball Series.
The series will officially begin with an opening night on Friday, July 17th.
The Somerset Patriots are alive, well, and willing to meet their commitments.
There's 2 teams, the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters.
Time will give and time will take. All the memories made will wash away. Even though we've changed, I'm still here with you. So come out.
There it goes! A 2-out, 2-run bomb over the right field fence.
Come out, till we lose control.
Here comes Rodriguez! It's a bases clearing 3-run double! 27 up and 27 down for Teasley. The first pitcher in Somerset Patriots history to do so.
Into a raging fire. Into a raging fire.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. We're getting ready for first pitch between the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters. Game number 7 of the 2020 Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Again, the New Jersey Blasters leading this series currently 4-2 over the Somerset Patriots. Let's get into the TD Bank starting lineup, and we will begin with the visiting Blasters of New Jersey. They're managed by John Hunton. Liam MacArthur leads off for New Jersey this evening, hitting second. Luis Roman, the highest he's hit so far in the Blasters order. Louis Martini's the designated hitter. He bats third. Important to note, Martin Figueroa not in the lineup for the Blasters tonight. He is out, according to manager John Hunton. He's got a sore lower body, and manager Hunton is taking necessary precautions to keep Martini fresh. Derek Romberg bats cleanup for the Blasters this evening. Gets to start at third base. Zach Racusa hits 5th in right field. Rob Calabrese, the catcher, batting 6th. Tommy McCarthy drops down to the 7th spot in the order. He is the Blasters' first baseman. Zach Lipschitz gets the start at shortstop, batting 8th. And Mark Shenlugian rounds up the order for New Jersey. He is in left field. He bats 9th as they work against Mark Leiter Jr. on the mound for the Somerset Patriots this evening. Leiter Jr. tonight making his 4th start of the series. He is 0-1, but just a 1.93 ERA. That's just 3 earned runs allowed over 14 innings of work. He has allowed 7 walks. He has struck out 14 batters. He is coming off of back-to-back 5-inning efforts, including 91 pitches in his last start. That came a week ago on August 1st. So Leiter Jr. already owns the series high for pitches thrown in a game at 91. He owns the series high for batters faced in a game, 22. So if there is a pitcher that is prepared to be stretched out not only into the 5th inning but potentially further, it certainly is Mark Leiter Jr., a former major leaguer, stands 6 feet, 210 pounds, a right-handed pitcher on the mound. He will work from the windup, MacArthur at the plate, and the first pitch of tonight's ballgame, a fastball that misses upstairs, and we are underway at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time. A beautiful night for baseball in central New Jersey. Leiter Jr. from the windup and the 1-0. MacArthur takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Game time temperature 83 degrees, partly cloudy skies. The tarp was on the field this morning. It was taken off at 8:30 a.m. And since that point, it's been a beautiful night in central New Jersey. 2-0 to MacArthur. Called a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now. MacArthur, a left-handed batter for the New Jersey Blasters. He's hitting leadoff for the 4th consecutive game. Stands 5'8" in the left-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance, the 2-1. Catches the outside part of the plate, and the count runs even at 2-2. The Patriots in their home whites, white tops, white pants, navy cap, navy brim, navy numbers, and lettering with a red trim. And the Blasters in their road gray uniforms. 2-2. Swung on and lifted foul. It's a gray jersey. It is a gray pant for the Blasters, accented with red numbering and lettering that is highlighted by an orange trim. Red socks, red cap with a red brim. Your classic blue versus red matchup this evening. Nobody on, nobody out. We're just underway at TD Bank Ballpark. Leiter Jr. from the windup and the 2-2. Called strike 3. Leiter Jr. gets the call. He clips the outside part of the plate against Liam MacArthur, and that is strikeout number 1 for the Patriots starting pitcher. Let's have the defense for Somerset this evening. And we'll start in the outfield. We'll work our way from left field to right field. It's Sean Guida, followed by Justin Pacioli in center. Shane Fontana makes his first start of the series in right. Along the infield, Joey Rose at third base for the Patriots. Scott Kelly moves back over to shortstop. Connor Justice at second base. Dan Valerio at first. And Jordan Jackson doing the catching behind home plate. Here's Luis Romani. Attacks the first pitch and lifts it out to left center field. But Pacioli lines it up. A couple of strides to his right. Makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 away in the top of the first inning. So 2 out, nobody on, and that'll bring up Louis Martini, the DH for the Blasters this evening. He is the series leader in runs batted in. 5 ribeye steaks for the Flemington resident. A right-handed batter to work against Leiter Jr. Martini hit cleanup in each of the last 2 games last weekend for the Blasters, but with Martin Figueroa not available for New Jersey this evening. Again, Figueroa with lower body soreness. John Hunton taking precautionary measures to make sure Figueroa stays safe and healthy, as Louis Martini takes a first pitch fastball from Mark Leiter Jr. for a called strike, 0-1. So with Figueroa out of the lineup, Martini moves up 1 spot. He hits third. 2 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the first inning. No score between the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters. Leiter Jr. from the windup and the 0-1. Misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Overall, Martini 5 for 19 so far in this series. No home runs, 5 runs batted in. 1-1 on its way. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. We're expecting another sold-out crowd here at TD Bank Ballpark this evening, working within the social distancing guidelines put forward by the state of New Jersey, a 500-person outdoor gathering cap. as Martini swings and misses at a breaking ball, tailing away from the right-handed hitter, and that runs the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Every game so far in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series has been sold out. Tonight's is no exception. 2-2 on its way. Fastball dives low and in, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Our umpires this evening, it's Silvio Martinez calling balls and strikes behind home, and Freddie DeJesus along the bases. 3-2 count with 2 out, nobody on in the top of the first. Leiter Jr. from the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. In front of it's the shortstop, Kelly. He gloves, sidearm, tosses it on to first base in time, and side is retired. So 1-2-3 inning for Leiter Jr. In the top of the first, no score. We'll move to the bottom half of the frame on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
After the latest executive order, we are open to sell cars in our showroom.
Flemington Car and Truck Country has what you're looking for and is following CDC guidelines to assure a healthy environment. Choose from 16 manufacturer brands plus over 500 available certified pre-owned vehicles with financing as low as 0%. Flemington Car and Truck Country is open for business. Start your search at Flemington.com.
The prices of new and used cars will never be lower. Now is the time.
At RWJ Barnabas Health, we thank you for all your sacrifices, for staying home, for putting off visits for the sake of others, for sending us food and messages to uplift our spirits. And we thank you, New Jersey, for trusting us to take every precaution as we safely welcome you back. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Bottom of the first inning from TD Bank Ballpark. No score between the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters. Let's go over the TD Bank starting lineup for your hosting Somerset Patriots. At TD Bank, expect unexpectedly longer hours that fit your schedule, including weekends. And with 24/7 access through online and mobile banking, you can bank whenever, wherever. TD Bank, unexpectedly human, member FDIC, TD Bank NA. The Patriots are managed by Brett Jody. Scott Kelly leads off for Somerset, followed by Justin Pacioli and Shane Fontana in the bottom of the first inning. Dan Valerio is the Raritan Building Services cleanup batter of the ballgame. Raritan Building Services, we don't cut corners, we clean them. Joey Rose hits 5th. Adam Tricarco is the DH batting 6th. It's Connor Justice hitting 7th. Sean Guida 8th. And Jordan Jackson rounds up the order batting 9th. They work against Vin Mazzaro, former big leaguer, on the mound for the Blasters this evening, a 6'2", 220-pound righty. Rutherford, New Jersey native, making his 4th start of the series. First pitch to Scott Kelly to begin the bottom of the first inning. It's a fastball, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Mazzaro 1-0 over his first 3 starts with a 2.25 ERA. That's 3 earned runs allowed over 12 innings of work. The 1-0. Kelly swings, might have broken his bat. It's a soft ground ball to short. It's gloved by Lipschitz, throw a bit high, but Tommy McCarthy keeps his foot on the bag, and there's 1 away. In the bottom of the first inning, let's set the defense for the New Jersey Blasters. In the outfield, Mark Shenlugian in left, Liam MacArthur in center, Zach Rackhusen in right. Along the infield, Derek Romberg's the third baseman, Zach Lipschitz at short, Luis Roman at second. The first baseman is Tommy McCarthy, and Rob Calabrese doing the catching behind home, again with Vin Mazzaro on the rubber. 1 out, nobody on. There's no score between the Patriots and the Blasters. Here's Justin Pacioli. And the first pitch is a fastball called a strike, 0-1. Mazzaro has struck out 14 batters. He's only walked 3 over his first 12 innings this series. Worked his longest outing, his last time out, the 0-1. Pacioli swings and tips a fastball into the glove of Calabrese. Falls behind 0-2. Mazzaro, for the first time in the series, went 5 innings in his last start. Allowed 2 runs, 1 earned over those 5 innings. Threw a series-high 75 pitches. earned himself a win. The 0-2. Just misses outside. A fastball framed by the catcher Calabrese. Didn't get the call from home plate umpire Silvio Martinez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In Mazzaro's start last Friday, he became the first starting pitcher in the series to earn a win. Now the 1-2. Swing and a line drive into left field. It drops in front of the left fielder Shenlugian. That's a base hit for Justin Pacioli. Just his 3rd hit of the series. Now over 14 at-bats, but a speedy base runner, a dangerous base runner aboard for the Patriots with 1 away in the bottom of the 1st inning. That'll bring up Shane Fontana. Pacioli is 3 for 4 along the base paths in this series. The lone time he was caught stealing was pretty much picked off of first base. Very dangerous base runner. We'll see how aggressive he wants to get here in the bottom of the 1st inning. This is a Patriots lineup that has simply struggled to put together runs, as Mazzaro on cue throws over to first base and Pacioli dives back in safely. Somerset, to this point, over the first 6 games of this series, have scored 11 runs total. Pacioli goes, Fontana swings and rips the ball down the right field line. That's a base hit. Rakusin cuts it off in front of the warning track. Fontana holds it first. Meanwhile, Pacioli goes first to third. Back-to-back base hits for the Somerset Patriots in the bottom of the 1st inning. And now runners on the corners with 1 away for the cleanup batter, Dan Valerio. Fontana attacked the first pitch fastball from Mazzaro and ripped it into right field. Rakusin was playing him deep, so he was able to cut the ball off in front of the warning track and hold Fontana to a single. That being said, Fontana, a lot of speed in his own right. He stole 2 bases in his Patriots debut last Friday. We'll see if he gets aggressive along the base paths. But a great opportunity for Somerset to strike first. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Bottom of the 1st inning, no score. Here's Dan Valerio. Attacks the first pitch and tops it foul down the third base line. 0-1. Again, for the Patriots, 11 runs over their first 6 games. They had scored exactly 2 runs in each of their first 5. Last Saturday night, the last game played in this series, they were held to just 1 run. In a loss to the New Jersey Blasters, it was 1 run on 2 hits. So Somerset's already matched their entire hit output, as Mazzaro checks in at first base and Fontana dives back in safely. Somerset has matched their entire hit output from last Saturday's game 3 batters into tonight's ball game. It's Pacioli off of third, Fontana off of first. Excellent speed for Somerset, and the cleanup batter Valerio at the plate. Mazzaro from the stretch, a long stretch. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball there, tailing a little away from the right-handed hitting Valerio. A bit low in the zone as well. And Mazzaro heading the count 0-2. Overall, 163 batting average for the Somerset Patriots collectively over the first 6 games of this series, but an excellent opportunity to break through first here. We're scoreless in the bottom of the 1st inning. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Valerio behind in the count 0-2. Mazzaro comes set. And now Valerio asks for time. Dan Valerio 3 for 10 in this series. He does have 2 runs batted in. He went 3 for 5 in the opening week of this series. Did not play in week 2. Was hitless last week. Infield at double play depth. 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Valerio led the Somerset Professional Baseball Series in runs batted in after that first weekend. He had 2 RBI, in fact, in the first game of the series, as Mazzaro throws over to first and Fontana back standing. Provided the only 2 runs batted in that first game. So middle infield at double play depth. Third baseman Romberg plays back. First baseman McCarthy holds on Fontana, who goes, and the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. No throw down to second base. Breaking ball there from Mazzaro. Gets Valerio out in front. That's a big strikeout
Number 6.
for the Blasters starter. That is a stolen base for Shane Fontana, his 3rd stolen base of the series. But now there's 2 away in the inning. And the infield can afford to play back as the right-handed hitting Joey Rose steps in. So Mazzaro wanted the strikeout. He got the strikeout. His first K of the evening. But now 2 men in scoring position for the Patriots. First base is open, and here's Joey Rose, the only player so far in this series to hit a home run. Right-handed power bat, first pitch. Fastball, letter high, called a strike, 0-1. Rose hit a towering 2-run home run in week 2 off of Ryan Williamson, the only hit that Ryan Williamson has allowed so far in this series. Rose played his high school ball at Toms River North, former 5th-round draft pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks, the 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's blocked by Calabrese. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a big block there for Calabrese. Pacioli has plenty of speed off of third. I would imagine if that ball got anywhere close to getting away from Calabrese, and Patch is likely hustling home from third base, but no rebound allowed by Calabrese there. He slid a bit to his right, inverted the glove, and kept the ball in front of him. So it's a 1-1 count with 2 on and 2 away. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up along the infield. Charging against the third baseman Derek Romberg into foul territory. He drops the ball! Romberg was underneath it. If he makes the catch, the inning is over. But Derek Romberg flat out dropped the ball, and that keeps the inning alive. Well, the Blasters were a routine foul ball down the third base line away from getting out of this inning unscathed. But Joey Rose and the Patriots have a second life. Romberg was underneath it. He settled in. Wasn't running at the time that the ball was falling back towards his glove. It just hit the palm of his glove, and he dropped it. And so the inning is still alive. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 away. Pacioli off of third, Fontana off of second. First base is open, and Joey Rose will ask for time. So any run that potentially scores this inning will now be unearned. Charged against Mazzaro after the E5 from Romberg. 1-2 on its way. Swing and a ground ball foul down the third base line. And Rose keeps the count alive. The Blasters have played a more solid defense than the Patriots have to this point in the series. That's just the 5th error for the New Jersey Blasters, and the first error charged against Derek Romberg in this series. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as the bat goes flying into the Blasters dugout. Rose set down on a breaking ball, and forget about the error from Romberg. Mazzaro works his way out of danger. No runs for the Patriots in the bottom of the first on 2 hits. No errors, or rather 1 error, and 2 runners are left on base. We're scoreless as we move to the second on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Presenting the lowest car prices you've ever seen. Wow pricing. Only on Fullerton.com. It'll blow you away. If you want the best deals on all new cars and trucks, don't miss Fullerton's absolutely enormous spring clearance event. Get the lowest prices on our entire new inventory all month long. This month only at Fullerton.
For over 85 years, in every county across the state, we've protected the health of New Jersey, covering families and businesses through life's big moments and the small ones. Because we don't just work here, we live here too. Over 5,000 local employees, all with the same purpose, taking care of you.
Game day information, session menu, and more. Even earn 100 points by attending games and checking in. Download the Patriots app now from your app store. Once again, a reminder, if you would like to send someone a birthday or other type message, you can text that message to 908-252-0700. Use the hash brown Patriots BD. Once again, text that message to 908-252-0700.
Thank you, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, for being there for our fans. or making it easier to get care from home at no cost. Visit horizonblue.com/always. It's the top of the second inning from TD Bank Ballpark. No score between the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters. My name is Mark Schwartz. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Hope that you are doing well wherever you are listening to tonight's broadcast. We have Mike Lawrence running our boards back at our WCTC studios over in Somerset. It's a beautiful evening for baseball. Barely any clouds in the sky. The wind slightly blowing from right field to left field. 82 degrees and sunny skies. The lights were just turned on at the Jewel of the Atlantic League. Derek Romberg leads off for the New Jersey Blasters in the top half of the second inning, and he takes the first pitch, fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Mark Leiter Jr. on the mound for the Somerset Patriots. Tossed a scoreless 1-2-3 top of the first. Now the 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Romberg. Fastball knee-high inside corner, called a strike, 0-2. It's Romberg, Rakusin, and Calabrese. 4-5-6 for the Blasters due up in the top of the second inning. New Jersey somehow, someway, was able to get out of the bottom of the first as Romberg chases a fastball, tailing low and away. He's set down on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the night for Mark Leiter Jr. And there's one away in the top of the second. Nasty pitch there as Romberg, a left-handed batter, fell to a knee in the follow-through as he reached across the plate, tied up by the former big leaguer Mark Leiter Jr. So one out, nobody on. Here's Zach Rakusin. 3 for 20 so far in the series as the former Patriot. No home runs and 1 run batted in. Had a massive opening night, went 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored, but has been looking to settle in ever since. First pitch from Leiter Jr. spiked well short of home plate, close to the left-handed batter's box. 1 ball and no strikes. Patriots had runners on the corners with 1 away, and their number 4 batter up in the bottom of the first inning ultimately did not score. Mazzaro struck out Dan Valerio and Joey Rose to get out of a jam and strand 2. Now the 1-0 to the right-handed hitting Rakusin. Fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. So no runs, no hits, and 1 error for the Blasters. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Patriots on a picture-perfect early August evening for baseball. 2-0 on its way. Swing and a hard hit ground ball to the right side and into right field, a base hit. Hard turnaround first base for Rakusin. He'll hold there. That's the first hit of the night for the New Jersey Blasters. And the former Patriot Rakusin aboard with 1 away in the top of the second. That'll bring up Rob Calabrese. He's the catcher for the Blasters this evening. 1 for 12 so far in the series. Does have a couple of runs batted in. So 1 out, a runner at first. And Calabrese at the plate. First pitch to Rob. It's a fastball in for a called strike, 0-1. Leiter Jr. working from the stretch for the first time tonight. Still in search of his first win, but he has pitched quite well to begin his series. A former Philadelphia Philly and a former Toronto Blue Jay as he checks in with Rakusin at first base, who dives at first back into the bag safely. Entering this series, Leiter Jr., one of only 2 players with Major League Baseball experience, the other one being the starting pitcher for the New Jersey Blasters this evening, Vin Mazzaro. So a couple of big leaguers going at it tonight against each other. Now the 0-1. Calabrese swings, grounds 1 to second. High hop, gloved by Justice, flips to Kelly for 1. Turn throw to first base isn't in time. A fielder's choice for Rob Calabrese. Rakusin retired on the 4-6 putout, and there's 2 away. There was an opportunity there for the Patriots to turn 2, but it looked as though Justice struggled just a bit to get the ball out of his glove. He fielded the long hop. He had to sort of sit back on it, gloved it on his heels, maybe about 5 feet in front of the edge of the outfield grass, and then double clutched as he was taking the ball out of his glove before shuffling it onto the shortstop, Kelly. And it might have just been that that quick little double clutch that might have cost the Patriots an opportunity at a double play. Here's Tommy McCarthy, a left-handed batter, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Falls behind 0-1. McCarthy 3 for 18 so far in this series. Does have 2 runs batted in. Calabrese not really a threat to run at first base with 2 out in the top of the second inning, and no score between the Blasters and the Patriots. Leiter Jr. from the stretch, the 0-1. Breaking ball curls low and in. Dives towards the back left foot of the Blasters' first baseman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leiter Jr. most recently pitched in the major leagues in 2018 as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. In fact, that was the last place that he had professionally pitched before this series. 1-1 misses inside to McCarthy. 2 balls and a strike. Leiter Jr. broke into the major leagues with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2017 and got off to a good start that year with Philadelphia. Tossed 6 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits with 5 strikeouts in his first start as a major leaguer in 2017 as McCarthy fouls one off to the backstop, 2-2. That was back on June 23rd, 2017 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Leiter Jr. pretty much stayed in the bigs with the Phillies for the rest of the 2017 season. And again, most recently pitched in the major leagues with the Blue Jays in 2018. 114 innings of work at the major league level across 2 seasons for Leiter Jr. in 2017-2018. Did not pitch in 2019. 2-2. Runner goes. Pitch misses outside. Throw down to second base, and Calabrese is in safely. Nearly came off the bag. A feet-first slide into second, and his momentum nearly carried him off the bag as the shortstop Kelly kept his glove on the knee of Calabrese, but he's in there safely with a stolen base. First stolen base of the series for Rob Calabrese. Now a 2-out base runner in scoring position for the Blasters, and it's Tommy McCarthy at the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out in the top of the second inning. No score between New Jersey and Somerset. Now the payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball hit out to left field. Greta first was in. Now racing back. It's over his head and will roll to the wall. Calabrese in from second base. Tommy McCarthy skates to second. That's a 2-out RBI double for the TCNJ product. And the Blasters strike first. They lead 1-0 in the top of the second. So after the Patriots failed to capitalize in the bottom of the first inning, it's the Blasters who get a clutch 2-out RBI double from Tommy McCarthy. 3rd run batted in of the series for McCarthy. And New Jersey's on the scoreboard, 1-0 Blasters. And now the number 8 batter, Zach Lipschitz, steps in. A right-handed hitter, as Leiter Jr. will continue to work from the stretch. The righty comes set, black glove at the belt. Checks McCarthy at second base, and now spins around and bluffs the throw over. Forces McCarthy to dive back head first into the bag without a throw. So a run on 2 hits for the Blasters. Zach Rechusen began this somewhat of a rally, reaching base with a 1-out single to right field earlier, as Lipschitz attacks the first pitch and fouls it off down the first base line out of play. No balls in a strike. Rechusen reached on a single. Rob Calabrese then traded places with him at first base on a fielder's choice. A fielder's choice that if the Patriots turn a little quicker might have been an inning-ending double play. Calabrese then, on a 2-strike count, stole second and came home on the McCarthy RBI double. Now the 0-1. Check swing on a breaking ball. Appeal to the base umpire Fred DeJesus said that Lipschitz went around. Manager John Hunton disagrees, as does Zach Lipschitz. And now the count 0-2. Lipschitz 2 hits in 14 at-bats so far to begin his professional baseball career. As an RBI opportunity here. He does have 2 runs batted in so far in the series. Now the 0-2. Checked his swing on a fastball that missed low and away. That might have been a cutter there from Leiter Jr. Had a little bit of life on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So New Jersey has scored first tonight. Second straight game in which the Blasters have struck first. And now a little bit of miscommunication between Leiter Jr. and Jordan Jackson will bring the Patriots backstop out near the mound to have a conversation. Leiter Jr. quickly worked through the top of the first inning, but he has found a little more difficulty here in the top of the second. Reminder that tonight's ballgame is a 7-inning ballgame. Every game in this series is a 7-inning game. Main reason being, these are limited rosters for both clubs to try to maintain as much social distancing as possible. So with limited pitching staffs, the arms just really aren't there for both clubs to work 9-inning games. Also helps expedite things a little bit so that fans can come into the ballpark, enjoy the game, and be on their way without having to stick around any longer than they need to. Conversation is done. Leiter Jr. on the rubber. Now the 1-2. Swinging a foul ball over the backstop and out of play. So there's limited arms to begin with for both of these clubs, and even more so this weekend. David Kubiak likely not available either tonight or tomorrow for the Patriots after last night's postponement. So Somerset is reaching into their bullpen for a starting pitcher tomorrow night, likely Max Herman. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball towards short. Kelly will play the long hop. Gloves cleanly and a sharp throw on a first base in time. That retires the side. But not before the Blasters break through. It's a run home on 2 hits. No errors and 1 runner is left on base. It's 1-0 New Jersey as we head to the home half of the second on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Nothing is more important than your child's education. The Somerset County Education Association represents the public school employees that make your child's education possible. This includes more than 7,000 teachers, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, nurses, custodians, secretaries, and other outstanding education support professionals. Visit www.sceanj.org for more information. Together, we can prepare our children for the future.
At RWJ Barnabas Health, we thank you for all your sacrifices, for staying home, for putting off visits for the sake of others, for sending us food and messages to uplift our spirits. And we thank you, New Jersey, for trusting us to take every precaution as we safely welcome you back. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Possible. The incredible comes true. Field of Dreams.
Go to SomersetPatriots.com for information about tickets to Field of Dreams.
The Somerset Patriots would like to thank our lawn seating sponsor, True & Associates, who are headquartered in nearby Westfield. As a full-service insurance specialist, True & Associates knows how difficult these recent months have been and stands ready to assist you and the coverage needs you may have. The dedicated team at True & Associates cares about their clients and provides custom solutions on an ongoing basis. Contact True & Associates by social media or on the phone number on their sign in the lawn seating area. Vin Mazzaro on the mound for the bottom of the second inning. Adam Tricarico leads off in the first pitch, fastball taken low. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Blasters. No runs on 2 hits, and no errors for the Somerset Patriots. The 1-0. Tricarico takes low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-out RBI double from Tommy McCarthy has the Blasters in front. But the Patriots did put 2 hits on the board against Vin Mazzaro in the bottom of the first. Now the 2-0. Tricarico takes low and away, 3 balls and no strikes. And there's something about Adam Tricarico that New Jersey Blasters pitching hasn't really been able to figure out. Tricarico is only 1 of 11 from the plate. However, Tricarico has drawn 5 walks, tied for the team lead. He takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike here at 3-1. So Tricarico's on base percentage, .389, actually ranks 3rd on the Somerset Patriots. 2nd among qualifiers. Only Scott Kelly has a higher on base percentage among qualified bats for the Patriots. Now the 3-1. Swung on and popped up in the air, foul territory first base side. McCarthy gives it a look, but it lands in the stands. And somebody now has a nice souvenir to go home with. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and the New Jersey Blasters are in front of the Somerset Patriots 1-0. 6, 7, 8 2 up in the bottom of the 2nd for the Patriots. Tricarico followed by Connor Justice and Sean Guida. The 3-2. Swing and a fly ball hit out to center field and deep. Back to the wall is MacArthur. Heels on the warning track. He has enough space to make the catch, and there's 1 away. Meanwhile, Adam Tricarico slipped as he was turning first base, and he walks gingerly back to the Somerset Patriots dugout. Hopefully everything's all right there, as he narrowly missed his first home run of the series. MacArthur did well to race back to the warning track and find the spot that he liked and settled under it instead of making the catch on the run. Probably about 5 feet or so shy of the center field fence. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Connor Justice. First pitch. Swung on and lifted foul over the backstop. And a fan drops the opportunity of a foul ball. No balls and a strike. Justice playing in his 3rd game as a Somerset Patriot. Overall, his 13th professional baseball game in 2020. Played 9 games with the St. Paul Saints in the American Association before coming over to Somerset, the 0-1. Fastball rides inside as Justice spins out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Justice off to a strong start to his Patriots career at the plate. Went 1 for 3 in each of his first 2 games last weekend. The 1-1. Breaking ball freezes Justice. It drops in for a called strike 1-2. It was matching lines for Justice both last Friday and last Saturday. 1 for 3 with a double in each game. Both of those doubles were the only 2 extra base hits that the Patriots had last weekend. 1-2. Swung on and popped up along the infield behind home plate. It's Rob Calabrese. He sheds the mask. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away. So 2 out, nobody on. And now Sean Guida will have an opportunity. Maybe a chance of a little redemption for Guida, who certainly didn't take the best route possible on that double from Tommy McCarthy in the top of the 2nd inning. Took a couple of steps in initially and then had to race back, and the double went over the outstretched glove of Guida and short-hopped the fence and straight away left field. So the left-handed batter steps in with 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 2nd, a 1-0 Blasters lead. And the first pitch from Mazzaro, a fastball on the outside part of the plate, called a strike, 0-1. Sean 2 for 12 so far in this series, no home runs. Still looking for his first run batted in. He does have 3 stolen bases, 2nd most on the Patriots. The 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guida, a left-handed bat, has a single white long sleeve going down his left arm. The 1-1. Fastball called a strike. Letter high. Inside half. Inner half, really. So 1 ball, 2 strike count as Mazzaro hopes for a far cleaner bottom of the 2nd than the bottom of the 1st was for the big leaguer. The 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Jackson awaits on deck. Mazzaro takes a deep breath, now steps back on the rubber. 6'2" righty. tan glove at the chest from the windup, the 2-2. Swing and a line drive hit foul down the left field line out of play into some unoccupied seats. Still a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Be interesting to see how many opportunities the Patriots really get against Vin Mazzaro tonight. Mazzaro in his last start, just 1 earned run over 5 innings of work. He struck out 5 batters. A couple of starts ago, 4 scoreless innings on 1 hit with 6 strikeouts. As Guida fouls off another fastball, still a 2-2 count. Blasters pitching has been really strong overall. A combined 1.96 earned run average for this Blasters pitching staff. Mazzaro's only allowed 3 earned runs and 7 hits over his 12 innings of work. So the opportunities have been few and far between for the Patriots, and they failed to capitalize in the first. 2-2 to Guida, taken low and inside, and that runs the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. I wonder at what point, granted it's still very, very early in tonight's ballgame, but what point do the Patriots start feeling a little bit of pressure? This is an extremely shortened season, if you will, between the Patriots and the Blasters. Only 13 games, and New Jersey's leading the series 4-2. Isn't a lot of wiggle room left. 3-2. Swing and a soft ground ball foul down the first baseline. Mentioned it in the open of tonight's broadcast, but really the first team to win 7 games wins the series. And after the Blasters sweep last weekend, they're in the driver's seat. 3 more wins for New Jersey. We've got 7 games left. 3 more wins does it for the Blasters. 3-2. Swing and another tapped foul ball. This one rolls to the backstop behind home plate, and Guida working nice at bat. So just mathematically speaking, if the Patriots want to win the Joe Torre Championship Trophy, they've got to win 5 of their next 7 games. And the Blasters only need to win 3. Certainly, right now the Blasters in the driver's seat, but they did have a recent big loss, the 3-2. Called strike 3. Mazzaro gets the fastball on the inside part of the plate. That's strikeout number 3 for Vin. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Patriots. It's 1-0 New Jersey as we move to the third on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 4 lines of unlimited for just $25 a line, with access to America's largest 5G included. That's right, unlimited and nationwide 5G for the whole family for just $25 a line. Only at T-Mobile. Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 4 lines of unlimited for just $25 a line, with access to America's largest 5G included. That's right, unlimited and nationwide 5G for the whole family for just $25 a line. Only at T-Mobile.
Team store. Check out the latest Patriots and Blasters merchandise. Get your official Patriots or Blasters cap, jersey, and the Somerset Professional Baseball Series t-shirts. Choose your side, show your support, all that and more at the team store.
Alpine Business Systems is a leading provider of information systems and services. Visit Alpine Business Systems at www.alpinebiz.com. Alpine Business Systems, the official IT provider of the Somerset Patriots. We're in the top of the third inning at TD Bank Ballpark. My name is Mark Schwartz. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Joining me for a beautiful Saturday night of professional baseball with fans in attendance. Mike Lawrence is our WCTC producer. It's a 1-0 New Jersey Blasters lead on a 2-out RBI double from Tommy McCarthy in the top of the second. Mark Shenlugian leads off and swings at the first pitch, drills it out to deep right, and it's off the base of the fence. Shenlugian turns first. He's heading into second base. He arrives standing safely with a leadoff double first extra base hit for Mark Shenlugian in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Ambushes Leiter Jr. on a first pitch fastball, and the Blasters have the leadoff runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Liam MacArthur. Well, Shenlugian, a left-handed batter, got a first pitch fastball over the heart of the plate, turned on it, and nearly had the first home run of the series for the Blasters. Head off the base of the fence and straight away right field. Patriots expect bunt. MacArthur at the plate, and the first pitch fastball from Leiter Jr. misses upstairs 1-0. Liam did not square around there. In fact, currently, Blasters manager John Hunton is in the dugout for New Jersey down the third base line. There's no third base coach for the time being, so no signals being translated as MacArthur laid on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Still early in the game, New Jersey's leading 1-0. I don't see the big need to try to drop a bunt down, and it looks like the Patriots infield is starting to recognize that as well. Dan Valerio at first base has his toes on the infield grass, but the third baseman Joey Rose is backed off. Now the 1-1. MacArthur takes a changeup, clips the outside corner, called a strike 1 and 2. Shenlugian has plenty of speed off of second base. He leads the New Jersey Blasters with 3 stolen bases. The Blasters as a club have only stolen 6. He has half. As MacArthur swings and misses at a breaking ball way out in front there. Fooled by Leiter Jr. And there's 1 away. Strikeout number 3 on the evening for the son of Mark Leiter Sr. and the nephew of former New York Met and New York Yankee left-handed starter Al Leiter. So 1 out, runner at second base. Here's Luis Roman. 1-0 Blasters lead. It's a run on 3 hits, 1 error for New Jersey. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Somerset Patriots. Luis Roman, a left-handed bat, steps in. He lined out to left center in his first at-bat. Swings at the first pitch here and cracks a base hit into right center field. That'll easily score Shenlugian as Roman turns first. He arrives sliding feet first into the second base bag safely. An RBI double for Luis Roman and a 2-0 Blasters lead in the top of the third. Both at-bats for Luis Roman tonight. He has attacked the first pitch and made solid contact each time. First run batted in of the series for Roman. And 2 hits in this inning have both come on first pitch fastballs from Mark Leiter Jr. First it was Shenlugian with a double off the right field fence, and then Luis Roman with a double into the right center field gap. So 2-0 Blasters, 1 away, top of the third. Here's Louis Martini. Grounded out to short in his first at bat. And the first pitch fastball from Leiter Jr. taken low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Roman does have some sneaky speed off of second base. He's listed as a catcher for the Blasters, but primarily played infield both in college and to begin his pro career. As the fastball from Leiter Jr. crosses the heart of the plate for a called strike against Martini, 1-1. Martini, the series leader in runs batted in with 5 entering tonight, has an RBI opportunity here with the Blasters already in front 2-0. And Leiter Jr. will step off the rubber. Roman held on at second base by Connor Justice. Takes the big secondary lead. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Entering tonight, of course, we've had 6 games so far in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. The man at the plate, Louis Martini, is the only person to have reached base safely so far in each of our first 6 games. So currently a 6-game on-base streak for the Montclair State alumnus, who joined me on this week's podcast episode and had a very interesting story about the way that his professional baseball career began out in the Pecos League. Leiter Jr. from the stretch, the 2-1. Swing and a line drive out to right field. Falling quickly, in comes Fontana. He makes the catch. Holding at second base is Roman, and there's 2 away. Martini hit the ball well, but it was right at Fontana. So 2 out, a runner at second. We're in the top of the third. Blasters in front of the Patriots 2-0 on the RBI double from Luis Roman. And now Derek Romberg, the batter, struck out swinging in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter, 4 for 14 entering tonight. Does have 2 runs batted in. Had the big hit last Saturday against Leiter Jr. Scott Kelly at short dances behind Roman. Now Leiter Jr. delivers home, and it's a fastball called a strike, 0-1. Romberg last Saturday night in the top of the first inning, a 2-out, 2-run double off of Leiter Jr. It was the only runs allowed by Leiter Jr. last Saturday night, and it was enough to ensure a Blasters win, 0-1. Bounces in the dirt, gets away from Jackson, and Roman takes off. He's into third base. And now the Blasters with a runner 90 feet away from home. It was a big secondary lead from Luis Roman, but he was not running on the pitch. And once the ball found the dirt and it got away from Jordan Jackson, that allowed Roman to advance over to third. So a wild pitch now has Roman off of third base. Infield plays back with 2 away, and it's a 1-1 count between the righty Leiter Jr. and the left-handed hitting Ramapo College graduate Derek Romberg. Here's the pitch. Soft breaking ball and misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's an early 2-0 Blasters lead. Can they add another run here in the top of the third and extend it? Middle infield back. The 2-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. 3 runs really seems to be the magic number for the Blasters because the Somerset Patriots have not scored more than 2 runs in any of the first 6 games of this series. So if the Blasters can get to 3 runs here in the top of the third, then at least history so far in this series would indicate New Jersey's got a good shot at taking this one. As Romberg taps one foul down the first baseline. And that runs the count full to 3-2. That's not to say, of course, the Patriots can score 3 runs tonight. Of course they can. They have the weapons certainly to do so. It just hasn't happened yet to this point. And the way that Vin Mazzaro has pitched in this series, there certainly aren't going to be many easy opportunities for the Patriots, especially considering that they had a really good opportunity in the bottom of the first with runners on the corners and 1 out. Didn't score. Now the 3-2. Swung on and popped up along the infield, right side. Dan Valerio at first base into foul territory. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Blasters add to their tally. It's a run home on an RBI double from Luis Roman. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. It's 2-0 Blasters. We'll move to the bottom of the third. Next on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com. The Somerset Patriots, a professional baseball team located at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey, are dedicated to bringing baseball and high-quality entertainment back to the Central Jersey community in 2020. Follow our website and social media channels for updates and announcements on future games, movies, fireworks, and more fun events that we have planned for the summer of 2020.
It's slamming and come on, get patriotic.
Nothing is more important than your child's education. The Somerset County Education Association represents the public school employees that make your child's education possible. This includes more than 7,000 teachers, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, nurses, custodians, secretaries, and other outstanding education support professionals. Visit www.sceanj.org for more information. Together, we can prepare our children for the future.
game this evening. 7-inning ball.
Bottom of the third inning from TD Bank Ballpark. A 2-0 New Jersey Blasters lead. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the New Jersey Blasters. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Somerset Patriots. 9-1-2 due up here for the Blasters, or rather the Patriots in the home half of the third inning. Jordan Jackson then back to the top of the order with Scott Kelly and Justin Pacioli. Vin Mazzaro back on the mound for New Jersey. First pitch to Jackson, swung on and tapped foul. No balls and a strike. Blasters got a 2-out RBI double from Tommy McCarthy in the top of the second. An RBI double from Luis Roman in the top of the third. And lead this ball game by 2. Now the 0-1. Jackson checks his swing. A fastball misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson 3 for 11 so far in the series. And the 1-1 taken low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Has a lot of power from the right side of the plate. No doubt about it. Certainly a lot of power for Jordan Jackson, but a bit of a long swing. He has connected a couple of times and has hit the ball quite hard. Now the 2-1. Swing and a tapper foul towards the Blasters dugout down the third baseline. The big hit so far for Jordan Jackson in this series, it came in the second Saturday night game in week 2. A 2-out RBI single in the bottom of the 6th inning, which provided the difference in that ball game for the Patriots. It put Somerset ahead 2-1, and that ultimately was the final score. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball from Mazzaro. Strikeout number 4 for Vin Mazzaro. Third of the swinging variety. And now we move back to the top of the order with Scott Kelly. So first time through the order for the Blasters righty. He's allowed 2 hits. He has not yet walked a batter, and he has struck out 4. Allowed back-to-back base hits from Justin Pacioli and Shane Fontana in the bottom of the first inning, but got out of that jam by striking out Dan Valerio and Joey Rose. Scott Kelly bluffs a bunt as a right-handed batter, pulls the bat back and takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Scott grounded out to short in his first at-bat. He is now 3 for 16 so far in this series. Oh, 1 on its way from Mazzaro. Misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, Kelly and Mazzaro were at one time teammates back when Vin made 3 appearances with the Somerset Patriots in 2017. Did not allow a run over 6 scoreless innings back in 2017 as a Patriot, as the 1-1 to Kelly called a strike at the knees, 1 and 2. Mazzaro only made those 3 appearances. He was working his way back from injury, hoping to prove he was healthy, and it only took 3 appearances for Mazzaro to prove enough for the Cincinnati Reds organization to purchase his contract, and he reported directly to their AAA affiliate that same year. The 1-2. Swing and a hard-hit ground ball to second base, gloved on 1 hop by Luis Roman. He flips it on to second base, and there's 2 away. So 2 out, nobody on. And now Justin Pacioli will step in. But 2017 wasn't the only year in the Atlantic League for Vin Mazzaro. He returned to the Atlantic League last year after a strong 2018 in the Garden State with the New Jersey Jackals of the then Can-Am League. Well, last year, Mazzaro finished the 2019 season really strong as a starting pitcher for the Long Island Ducks. Struggled as a reliever to begin the year as Pacioli takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. I've said these numbers before, but 8-0 with a 2.15 ERA after July 24th last year when he was inserted into the Ducks starting rotation, the 0-1. Taken low and in. And then in the postseason for Mazzaro last year, 3-0 with a 1.77 ERA over 3 starts. And of course, Unfortunately for Patriots fans, it was the Long Island Ducks who won the Atlantic League Championship, the 1-1. Swing and a ground ball foul off the front shin of Pacioli. Now a ball and 2 strikes. So Mazzaro had to shake off the rust a bit to begin this series. He allowed 2 runs over 3 innings in his debut back on opening night, July 17th. But since that point, 4 scoreless innings on the 24th, allowed 1 earned run over 5 innings on the 31st. And so far tonight, he has held the Patriots off the scoreboard for the first 2 2/3 innings. 1 out, or rather 2 out, nobody on, and a 1-2 count for the right-handed hitting Pacioli. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball sharply hit to third. It's gloved by Romberg, and a sidearm throw onto first base in time. Side retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Vin Mazzaro. He's now retired 8 in a row. 2-0 New Jersey Blasters as we move to the 4th on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
For over 85 years, in every county across the state, we've protected the health of New Jersey, covering families and businesses through life's big moments and the small ones. Because we don't just work here, we live here too. Over 5,000 local employees, all with the same purpose, taking care of you.
Sorry, we were running late. No problem. Come on in.
If he wasn't here, he'd be in San Francisco at the PGA.
Looking for a new or used car? There's no better place than the Flemington Car and Truck Country family of brands. Located on routes 202 and 31 in Flemington or at flemington.com. There, you'll find a family-centered organization ready to take care of all of your automotive needs, as they've done since 1976. New Jersey Blasters in front of the Somerset Patriots 2-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning in Game 7 of a 13-game series between the Somerset Patriots and the New Jersey Blasters, named the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Number 5 batter for New Jersey, Zach Reckusen, leads off. Swings at the first pitch, breaking ball from Leiter Jr. and falls behind 0-1. That's smart pitching there from Leiter Jr. He was burned in the top of the 3rd inning on a couple of first-pitch fastballs. One to Mark Shenlugian to begin the inning, and then a couple of batters later to Luis Roman, resulting in a run. 0-1 to Reckusen, swung on and lined out to center field, but Pacioli lines it up, he makes the catch, and there's one away. That'll bring up Rob Calabrese. In case you're just joining us, the first scoring opportunity this evening came for the Patriots at the bottom of the 1st. After back-to-back base hits from Justin Pacioli and Shane Fontana, they had runners at first and third with one away, and their 4-5 batters due up but did not score, as Vin Mazzaro struck out a pair to get out of the inning. After that point, Tommy McCarthy put the Blasters on the board with an RBI double in the 2nd. Luis Roman's RBI double in the 3rd increased the Blasters' lead to 2-0. Now, Calabrese at the plate, a right-handed hitter, and a first pitch fastball in for a called strike. 0-1's the count. Calabrese scored the first run of the evening after he reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. Stole second and scored on the McCarthy double. 0-1. Swing and a ground ball foul on a breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned it earlier, it's worth bringing up again because I didn't get into the full story, but both of these teams are at least down 1 pitcher. For the Blasters, down 2 pitchers, entering a pivotal Week 4 in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. 0-2 on its way from Leiter Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Calabrese chased that one in the dirt, came up empty. Fourth strikeout of the night for Leiter Jr. 2 out, nobody on in the top of the fourth now for Tommy McCarthy. For the Patriots, they're down David Kubiak, who was scheduled to pitch last night, but last night's game was postponed. Leiter Jr. has been working on pitching every Saturday, so he got the call tonight, and then tomorrow it's likely going to be Max Herman, which means Herman, who's been the first reliever out of the bullpen for the Patriots in each of the first 3 weeks, he's likely not going to come out of the pen tonight if he's going to start tomorrow. As McCarthy swings and grounds one to second on the first pitch. It's gloved by Justice. He flips it on to first in time. Inning over. We'll get to who the Blasters are missing in the bottom of the fourth inning. New Jersey 2, Somerset 0 as we move to the bottom of the fourth on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 4 lines of unlimited for just $25 a line with access to America's largest 5G included. That's right, unlimited and nationwide 5G for the whole family for just $25 a line. Only at T-Mobile.
After the latest executive order, we are open to sell cars in our showroom.
Flemington Car and Truck Country has what you're looking for and is following CDC guidelines to assure a healthy environment. Choose from 16 manufacturer brands plus over 500 available certified pre-owned vehicles with financing as low as 0%. Flemington Car and Truck Country is open for business. Start your search at Flemington.com.
The prices of new and used cars will never be lower. Now is the time.
Right now, switch to T-Mobile and get 4 lines of unlimited for just $25 a line with access to America's largest 5G included. That's right, unlimited and nationwide 5G for the whole family for just $25 a line. Only at T-Mobile.
Catch Patriots baseball this summer. For information, visit SomersetPatriots.com or stop by the ticket office.
Shopping for a new car, hit a home run with all the great deals available now at your Tri-State Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. Visit tristateford.com for more information. Ideacom is now offering businesses free VoIP phones. With Ideacom, you can reduce your phone bill, work from anywhere, and enjoy local support. Ideacom has the experience to provide a solution that's right for your business. Get the guys from Ideacom on your team today by visiting their website at ideacom-nj.com. Bottom of the fourth inning. We're about halfway home in a 7-inning ball game as the Somerset Patriots trail New Jersey Blasters 2-0. Vin Mazzaro back on the rubber for New Jersey. He has retired 8 in a row. Last guy to reach is the man at the plate right here, Shane Fontana. Swings at the first pitch and drills it foul down the right field line. That ball was hit a mile, but well foul. And it's an 0-1 count. Fontana reached with a 1-out base hit back in the first inning. That put runners on the corners for the Patriots. He then stole second base but was stranded in scoring position. Since that point, again, Mazzaro has set down 8 Patriots in a row. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Back to what I was discussing in the top half of this inning. The New Jersey Blasters this weekend are pitching really down 2 arms on their staff. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Change up there from Mazzaro. Got Fontana way out in front. He dropped to 1 knee on the follow-through. Now a ball and 2 strikes. The Blasters are without Michael Lopresti again tonight. Similar to last weekend. Lopresti battling through some soreness in his shoulder. So he's not available currently. That takes an arm out of the bullpen. The 1-2. Fontana slaps it foul down the left field line towards the Blasters bullpen, and he stays alive. But the other really notable arm that is not available for the New Jersey Blasters this evening is Brandon Lebrand. Brandon had started each of the 3 Saturday night ball games in this series entering Week 4, but some really exciting news broke earlier this week. Late Wednesday, it was made official, and early Thursday, it was announced that Brandon Lebrandt's contract was purchased from the Somerset Patriots parent organization by the Miami Marlins. And Lebrandt has joined the Marlins taxi squad. The 1-2. Fontana fouls off a fastball to stay alive. What that means is that Brandon Lebrandt is now within the 60-person player pool, so to speak, with the taxi squad for the Miami Marlins. So he is one of the players now eligible to be called up by the Marlins to pitch in a Major League ballgame, which is really, really exciting news. 1-2 on its way from Mazzaro. Swing and a hard-hit line drive towards right field. It drops in front of Rakusin. Almost an identical spot to Fontana's hit back in the first inning. Shane Fontana's 2 for 2, and the Patriots with a leadoff base runner in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, Rakusin was playing Fontana deep and fielded that ball on one hop with his heels on the warning track in right field. So Fontana already with a stolen base tonight. He's 3 for 3 along the base paths. We'll see how aggressive he gets here. Now with the Patriots bringing the tying run to the plate in Dan Valerio as Mazzaro throws to first and Fontana dives back in safely. Valerio struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. He is the Raritan Building Services cleanup batter of the ballgame for the Patriots. Middle infield for the Blasters at double play depth. Outfield plays deep. Not a very large lead for Fontana at first. He's held on by Tommy McCarthy. Mazzaro from the stretch. A long stretch, and now Valerio asks for time. So in regards to Brandon Lebrandt, again, really exciting news, and everyone here with the Somerset Patriots is so happy for Brandon and so excited. I mean, it's just really cool that this happened. Fontana doesn't run as Valerio swings and grounds the first pitch foul down the third base line, 0-1. I mean, for a guy like Brandon Lebrandt, I talked him up a lot before this series began, and, for good reason. He was on track to get to the major leagues with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2018. I mean, he had an ERA under 2. He was 4-1 with a 1.8 ERA over, I believe it was like 20 appearances with the AAA Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs in 2018. As Mazzaro throws over to first and Fontana dives back in safely. So Lebrandt was on track to likely get to the majors anyway, but then suffered an injury, wound up getting Tommy John surgery, which cut his 2018 season short. He missed all of 2019, and then the pandemic hit in 2020, so Lebrandt was released by the Philadelphia Phillies before he got an opportunity to pitch. Another throw over to first, and Fontana dives back in. That's now 3 times Mazzaro's thrown over. So Lebrandt was looking for an opportunity to pitch professionally, to show that he's healthy and that he can contribute at the same level that he was at in 2018. And he got that opportunity here in Somerset. Another throw over to first, and Fontana dives back in. So for Lebrandt, it only took 3 starts. And I mean, the last time that he went out, he was brilliant. 5 shutout innings, allowed 2 hits. He only walked 1 batter, and he struck out a season-high 7. So his last start was certainly enough confirmation to show that he's back. Now the 0-1. Valerio swings and misses at a slider. Falls behind 0-2. So the Marlins recognize that, and now Lebrandt, having proven that he was healthy, thanks in large part to an opportunity here. Of course, the Patriots aren't the sole reason why his contract was purchased, but it's a small part that we get to play here, and for a good guy like Lebrandt, who now has an opportunity to achieve his dream at the major league level, it's really cool. As Mazzaro throws over to first and Fontana dives back in. I mean, imagine a situation if Brandon Lebrandt makes his way onto the Miami Marlins this season, which is certainly a possibility considering everything the Marlins have gone through with the COVID-19 outbreak on their own team. 0-2 to Valerio, up and away. Snap throw down to first base from Calabrese, and Fontana dives back in. So the Blasters certainly well aware of Fontana's speed. But imagine if Brandon Lebrandt gets into a ball game for the Marlins, And on a Major League broadcast, Major League broadcasters go, all right, the last team that Brandon Lee Brandt played on, the New Jersey Blasters. The upstart New Jersey Blasters, who have only been a team for about 3 weeks now, of the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Fontana goes, slider misses outside, throw to second base, and they got him. A perfect throw from Rob Calabrese. Throws out Shane Fontana trying to steal second base, and that's the first out of the inning. Certainly not surprising that Fontana went, but the Blasters were doing everything they could to keep him honest at first base, and it worked out well. Not a great jump for Fontana off of first. It wasn't a very large lead. And a perfect throw from Rob Calabrese. Now the 2-2. Check swing on a slider. Didn't go around, says Freddie DeJesus at first base. So the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's now 1 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the New Jersey Blasters are leading the Somerset Patriots 2-0. Mazzaro now with nobody aboard can work from the windup as the infield plays back. Now the 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. So Dan Valerio draws a free pass. That's the first walk allowed by Mazzaro this evening, and a 1-out base runner for the Patriots.
Third baseman,
now Joey Rose will step in. But back to Lee Brandt again. Of course, everything that happened with the Miami Marlins was scary, with at least to this point, the largest outbreak among major league teams with the COVID-19 virus. But the Marlins have resumed playing, but I believe it was earlier this week. I think they put something like 13 players on the inactive list due to COVID-19. As Joey Rose swings and misses at a first pitch breaking ball, falls behind 0-1. So you could make a very solid argument, strictly from a baseball perspective, that the Miami Marlins represent arguably the best chance for Brandon Lee Brandt to make his way onto a major league club this season. I mean, the Marlins starting pitcher last night against the Mets, I think, just had single-A experience. Valerio runs, pitch misses up and in, and the throw to second base a little offline. Dan Valerio with the stolen base, his third of the series. It's now a 1-1 count with 1 away. But the Patriots get another runner into scoring position. So an RBI opportunity for Joey Rose, who has 3 runs batted in. That leads the Patriots to this point. Rose struck out swinging in his first at-bat against Vin Mazzaro. Mazzaro comes set. He'll work from the stretch. Checks the runner at second, the 1-1. Fastball called a strike at the knees. Rose disagrees. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So everyone with the Somerset Patriots and with the New Jersey Blasters are certainly wishing nothing but the best for Brandon Lee Brandt. And hopefully he's able to make his major league debut at some point this season. It'll be a very cool story from an upstart league like the Somerset Professional Baseball Series that was formed basically out of thin air to the major leagues in the matter of days or weeks or even a month is something that Brandon Lee Brandt could be very proud of, and certainly something that both the Somerset Patriots organization as a whole as well as the New Jersey Blasters team can all be very, very proud of. So we'll be continuing to follow Lee Brandt's story as the season progresses. Runner off of second with 1 away, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another slider from Mazzaro gets Rose out in front. 5th strikeout of the night for Vin Mazzaro. That's 1 off his single game high so far in this series. Second time he's gotten Rose down on strikes tonight. Now 2 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 4th. The New Jersey Blasters in front of the Somerset Patriots 2-0. An RBI double from Tommy McCarthy in the second, an RBI double from Luis Roman in the third has provided the difference. Dan Valerio leads off of second base. Adam Tricarico now at the plate, the DH for Somerset this evening. First pitch. Misses low and away, 1-0. Tricarico drove 1 out to the warning track, hit straightaway center field in his first at-bat. Narrowly missed his first home run of the series. Tripped on his way turning first base and walked gingerly back to the dugout, but he remains in the ballgame, which is certainly good to see. Now the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball, just foul down the third base line. Hit well by Tricarico. Just a little too out in front there. 1 ball and 1 strike. So with Brendan Liebrandt now gone from the New Jersey Blasters, they did not add a new pitcher entering Week 4 after this news. So not only is Michael Lopresti not available, but Liebrandt's not available as well. And there's only 4 pitchers in the Blasters bullpen to speak of, and that's before you have to use one of them as a starter tomorrow. 1-1 to Tricarico, misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Speaking with manager John Hunton before tonight's game, the decision is going to be between Ryan Williamson and Alex Vargas to be the starting pitcher for the Blasters tomorrow night. Hunton's hope is that Mazzaro can go at least 5 innings tonight. Would love for Vin to go 6. And then it's likely going to be a bullpen day for the Blasters tomorrow. Inside track is for Ryan Williamson to be the starting pitcher tomorrow night. And then Alex Vargas to be the first out of the pen, but we'll see. 2-1 to Tricarico. Swung on and popped up. Shallow center field. It's the second baseman, Luis Roman, who's back. Now comes in. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs for the Patriots in the home half of the 4th inning. On 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. We're through 4. 2 runs on the board for the Blasters. The Patriots are still looking for their first. It's 2-0 New Jersey on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
Time will give and time will take. All the memories made will wash away. Even though we've changed, I'm still here with you. So come out.
There it goes! A 2-out, 2-run bomb over the right field fence.
Come out, till we lose control.
Here comes Rodriguez! It's a bases clearing 3-run double! 27 up and 27 down for Teasley. The first pitcher in Somerset Patriots history to do so.
Into a raging fire. Into a raging fire.
Somerset!
And the 4 young lady with you.
At NJM, we understand the hardships you might be going through right now. That's why we're offering payment relief. We'll continue providing you protection no matter what tomorrow brings, because dealing with uncertainties is our business. This isn't just insurance, it's NJM.
Let's see what you do in the next half inning.
Top of the 5th inning from TD Bank Ballpark. My name is Mark Schwartz. Again, thank you for joining me for your Saturday evening. Hope that you are enjoying tonight's broadcast. Mike Lawrence is running our WCTC studio. We've got tonight's game on the Voice of Central Jersey, 1450 WCTC, as well as on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Somerset Patriots. Zach Lipschitz leads off for the Blasters in the top of the 5th. His first pitch from Mark Leiter Jr. is a breaking ball that misses upstairs 1-0. So the last 2 innings, first pitch from Leiter Jr. has been a breaking ball. Now the 1-0. Another curveball. This one dives in for a called strike, 1-1. Leiter Jr. got tagged by a couple of first pitch fastballs in the 3rd, but he is adjusted. He worked a 1-2-3 4th. Now he faces the 8, 9, and 1 batters for the Blasters in the 5th as Lipschitz grounds one to 3rd. It's gloved by Rose, spins around, fires to first in time. A strong throw from Joey Rose, a strong overall play, and there's one away. Not an easy chance for the right-handed third baseman. He ranged to his left, gloved the ball, outstretched glove off of his left hip. As his momentum was carrying him towards second base, he spun around, and a really strong, accurate throw onto first. That beat Zach Lipschitz. And there's one away. Now Mark Shenlugian at the plate. And it's a curveball, and it's swung on and fouled off. So Shenlugian in his last at-bat ripped a double off the base of the right field fence on that first pitch fastball from Leiter Jr. And Mark, a major league veteran, was not going to make that same mistake twice. So he snapped off a first pitch curveball that Shenlugian topped foul. Now the 0-1. Bunt attempt, and he misses on the attempt. Might have tapped that foul, and I believe that hit off the home plate umpire, Silvio Martinez. And he tells Alexis Ayala, the Somerset Patriots trainer, to stay in the dugout. Silvio's all right. He's a trooper. And it's an 0-2 count. One out in the top of the fifth inning. Blasters leading 2-0. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for New Jersey. They got an RBI double from Tommy McCarthy in the second. They got an RBI double from Luis Roman in the third. That's the difference. No runs on 3 hits for the Somerset Patriots. Mark Leiter Jr. over his first 4 innings has allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. Vin Mazzaro is not allowed a run while striking out 5 to this point as the starter for the Blasters. 0-2 to Shenlugian. Fastball spiked in the dirt. About a 59-footer. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shenlugian now 2 for 17 in this series, but the 2 hits he's had have been ropes. His double in the third inning was crushed, and he had a base hit a couple of games ago that was a hard-hit line drive. I believe it was off of Leiter Jr. as well. That went right back to the mound. Now the 1-2. Swinging a hard-hit ground ball to the right side, but in front of it's Justice. He gloves and he flips on to first base. And there's 2 away. 2 out, nobody on in the top of the fifth. Blasters in front 2-0. And now Liam MacArthur, the batter. That's now 7 in a row retired by Mark Leiter Jr. The last batter to reach was Luis Roman, who hit that RBI double back in the third. MacArthur's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. And a first pitch curveball finds the strike zone from Leiter Jr. 0-1. If there was a night so far in this series that both managers wanted to stretch out their starting pitchers, tonight is probably that night. 0-1. Up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Max Herman likely not available for Brett Jody. He does have Billy Lane Jr., James Puglisi, Nate Rowe, and Taylor Wright, but he's going to want a lot of them tomorrow as MacArthur taps 1 foul, 1-2. Tomorrow's going to be a bullpen day for both teams. Herman has tossed a high of 2 innings so far this season. Ryan Williamson, the likely starting pitcher tomorrow, though it could be Alex Vargas. His high was 2 innings as well. Alex Vargas did throw 3 innings of relief in his Blasters debut back on July 18th. But both managers want a rested bullpen tomorrow, so they want their starters to be stretched tonight. 1-2 to MacArthur, misses low, 2-2. Mark Leiter Jr. owns the series lead with 91 pitches in an outing. That came his last time out. He faced 22 batters in his last start as well. He's now 2 times through the Blasters order. This is batter number 19 that he's going to face. The 2-2 on its way. Breaking ball in the dirt. 3 pitches so far in this at-bat from Leiter Jr. that have failed to reach home plate. He's trying to snap off the perfect breaking ball, but hasn't quite found the consistency with that pitch just yet. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out, nobody on in the top of the fifth. Blasters leading 2-0. Infield and outfield playing straight up against the left-handed hitting MacArthur. 3-2 on its way. Called strike 3. Knee-high called strike. That is the 5th strikeout for Leiter Jr. tonight. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. That's now 8 in a row retired by Leiter Jr. We'll stretch and then head to the bottom of the fifth. Blasters in front 2-0 on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
At RWJ Barnabas Health, we thank you for all your sacrifices. For staying home. For putting off visits for the sake of others. For sending us food and messages to uplift our spirits. And we thank you, New Jersey, for trusting us to take every precaution as we safely welcome you back. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Every day, nearly 2 million customers across New Jersey rely on PSE&G to provide natural gas. And every day, PSE&G is committed to doing it safely. That includes making sure you know what to do if you smell gas. A natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. If you suspect a gas leak, leave your home immediately. Get far away, then call 911. Remember, smell, leave, call. Protect the ones you love. Learn more at pseg.com/gas safety.
We're on the third base side. But we have some dancers down on the lower concourse helping us out. Patriots record.
Attention Patriots fans, if you've cut off any medical care due to COVID-19, please don't delay it any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health has taken every precaution and continues to provide health care services in adherence to all public health guidance and regulatory policies. This includes stringent cleaning and disinfection throughout all facilities and screening everyone for symptoms and temperature upon entry. Learn more at rwjbh.org/welcome back. RWJ Barnabas Health, let's be healthy together. RWJ Barnabas Health, also the sponsor of tonight's ball game, so a big thank you to RWJ Barnabas Health for presenting Game 7 of the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Connor Justice leads off in the first pitch of the inning from Vin Mazzaro as a fastball that comes inside and hits him. So the Patriots start off the inning with a bang of sorts. Justice will have to wear that one. It hit him on, looked like the left tricep, so the front left tricep of a right-handed batter. And the Patriots will take it. That's a leadoff base runner. It's the second time tonight that Somerset has had the leadoff man reach. They had Shane Fontana lead off the bottom of the fourth with a base hit, but Fontana was thrown out trying to steal second base, and the Patriots to this point have been held off the scoreboard. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning of a game scheduled to go 7. Sean Guida steps in now, a left-handed batter, struck out in his first at-bat. Romberg creeps in at third base thinking there might be a bunt attempt here. Mazzaro works from the stretch and will step off the mound. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Blasters. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Somerset Patriots. And right now, first man getting loose for the Patriots in their bullpen is Nate Rowe. So I wonder if that means, as Guida takes a fastball low, 1-0. Wonder if that means that Mark Leiter Jr. is done for the night after 5 innings. Rowe is throwing, so I would imagine Rowe is likely going to come on for the bottom of the 6th inning. So Leiter Jr. would be in line for the loss right now if the Patriots cannot rally in the bottom of the 5th, as Mazzaro throws to first and checks in on Justice. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Hanging breaking ball there from Vin Mazzaro. Guida chased after it, came up empty. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield a double play depth for the Blasters. Mazzaro working into the 5th inning for the second time in this series. Justice off with first, not a large lead, the 1-1. Guida shows bunt and pulls it back as the fastball from Mazzaro taken low. 2 balls and a strike. I understand the Patriots thinking about dropping a bunt down here. Try to get another runner into scoring position, but you got the tying run at the plate. You're down 2 runs. Somerset really needs to put together a rally. I'm not sure if I'd be bunting down a couple of runs as Mazzaro throws to first base and Justice dives back in. You've got Guida at the plate here. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. Jordan Jackson awaits on deck, who has plenty of power to tie up this ball game, but he struck out swinging in the third. Mazzaro works from the stretch, and another throw over to first base. Justice dives back in. So Mazzaro certainly aware of Justice at first base, and it was a similar strategy that helped the Blasters get through the fourth inning. Shane Fontana led off with a base hit, and I think Mazzaro must have thrown over about 4 times before eventually Fontana tried to steal second and he was thrown out. Another throw to first. That might have been the 4th throw over in this sequence for Mazzaro. The Patriots have certainly had the advantage along the base paths in this series. Somerset with 17 stolen bases collectively entering tonight. They're 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts this evening. And another throw over to first base. Mazzaro certainly keeping Justice honest over there. Justice has not yet attempted a stolen base. This is now the 3rd game for the Georgian native in a Patriots uniform. Middle infield continues to play a double play depth as the 2-1 to Guida taken low. Now 3 balls and a strike. Nobody throwing just yet in the Blasters bullpen, but now it looks like somebody has gotten up. And that might be Alex Vargas beginning to throw. I have once again forgotten my binoculars. Well, he hasn't started throwing just yet, but he's standing and starting to stretch. Another throw to first, and Justice back in. I'll tell you what, Vin Mazzaro has picked some nice times to throw over to first base. He has a knack for throwing over to first as the runner at first base is sort of walking into his initial lead. 3-1. Guida swings, rips it to short. It's over Lipschitz and into left center field. That's a base hit. A nice leaping attempt from the Blasters shortstop Zach Lipschitz, but Guida able to sneak it over the outstretched leaping glove, and the Patriots with runners at first and second with nobody out in the 5th. Now, I would certainly think about bunting if I'm the Patriots. I wouldn't have done it with Justice at first base and the tying run at the plate, but now that you got runners at first and second with nobody out and you've been struggling to put together rallies, I would bunt with Jordan Jackson and then give the top of your order and Kelly and Pacioli 2 opportunities where a base hit could tie the game. Corner infield expecting a bunt. Jackson squares and taps the first pitch foul. So the bunt was certainly on there, but Jackson stabbed at the bunt attempt and wasn't able to keep it fair. So it's an 0-1 count. On that bunt attempt, it looked like Roman, the second baseman, was racing towards first, and Lipschitz was holding strong at shortstop near second base. So the wheel wasn't on in that opportunity. But Romberg wasn't really, I'm going to have to look at the left side of the infield more closely because Romberg wasn't really racing in at third base to field that bunt attempt. So he could try to stay honest over there at third if the Blasters think they have a play there. See if the bunt stays on. McCarthy creeps in at first. Now the 0-1. Jackson squares. He gets the bunt down. It's bobbled by Mazzaro, who's only playing now to throw to first, where the throw just beats Jackson. And there's one away. That's a sacrifice bunt. Score that 1-4 if you keep it track at home. So Jackson's able to get the job done. A needed sacrifice bunt. And advances Justice to third and Guida to second. Now, if Mazzaro fields that bunt cleanly, it was a hard-hit bunt by Jackson, and it got back to the mound quickly. And Mazzaro nearly fielded it on one short hop, but it deflected off the tip of his glove. If he fields it cleanly, he's got an easy play at third base. But instead, it goes down as a sac bunt. So the tying run off of second base for the Patriots. They've got Justice at third, Guida at second, and now the top of their order. First base open. It's Mazzaro versus Kelly. First pitch. Bouncer misses low and away, but Calabrese keeps it in front of him. 1 ball and no strikes. A slider from Mazzaro that was tailing away from the right-handed hitting Kelly. Calabrese, the catcher, went with a backhanded pick and was able to keep the ball in front of him, holding Justice at third. There's now a pitcher getting loose in the Blasters bullpen. That's a lefty. That's Sean Kaselika, who has begun to throw. So this likely Mazzaro's final inning. We'll see how much leeway manager John Hunton gives him. Runners at second and third, one away, the 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. You do somewhat have the luxury of pitching around Kelly if you don't want to face him here, but probably not the best strategy. 1, a walk would put Kelly aboard. He would represent the go-ahead run. 2, you have Justin Pacioli, one of the more dangerous batters for the Patriots, awaiting on deck. And 3, Pacioli is an extremely difficult person to double up with his speed. Now the 2-0. Breaking ball, called a strike. Kelly disagrees. Looked like a front door slider there from Mazzaro that just clipped the inside part of the plate. 2-1's the count. 1 out. Runners at second and third. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Another good opportunity for the Patriots here, but they trail 2-0. Now the 2-1. Fastball up and in. 3 balls and a strike, and now Kelly has the luxury of choosing his pitch. Scott 3 for 17 now from the plate in this series. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Scott's last hit, you got to go all the way back to the second night of the season. Has been without a hit since July 18th. Now the 3-1. Check swing and a breaking ball, and home plate umpire Martinez said that he went around. The pitch was in the dirt. It was blocked by Calabrese. Kelly disagrees. That's called a strike, and it's a 3-2 count. Well, certainly a close call, but home plate umpire Silvio Martinez made the decision there. Kelly started to jog a bit down the first base line. He thought he had drawn ball 4. But instead, it's called a swinging strike, and now the count is run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Patriots trailing by 2. Vin Mazzaro laboring his way through the bottom of the 5th inning with Sean Casella getting loose in the Blasters bullpen. Mazzaro comes set, 3-2. Swing and a ground ball to short. That's going to get a run home. Lipschitz gloves, and he flips it onto first base in time. But in to score from third base is Connor Justice. That's a run-scoring ground out from Scott Kelly. The Patriots are on the board. It's now a 2-1 ball game. So not exactly what Kelly was hoping for there. The ball was hit to short. Sean Guida had to hold at second base. And that is the first RBI of the series for Kelly. And now John Hunton has come out of the Blasters dugout. And we'll see if he takes the ball from Vin Mazzaro. Right-handed hitting Justin Pacioli is set to be the batter. And Hunton has not yet taken the ball out of Mazzaro's hand, so he's having a conversation with the righty, along with his catcher, Rob Calabrese. No call has been made to the bullpen just yet. And it looks as though Mazzaro might stay in this ballgame, and he will. So just a bit of a heat check from the Blasters manager, John Hunton. And sometimes a manager just wants to go out to the mound, have a conversation with the guy, and see what he has to say. If you have a pitcher that says very definitively, I want to stay in this ballgame, this is mine, I want to get out of this inning, you'll show him some confidence. If there's a guy on the mound that's a little wishy-washy about it, you probably make the call to the bullpen. So Mazzaro wins that conversation. He remains on the mound. A runner at second base, 2 away. Justin Pacioli at the plate, first pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit foul towards the Blasters' dugout. No balls and a strike. Left-handed hitting Shane Fontana awaits on deck. So with the lefty Sean Kaselika getting loose, I would imagine this is Mazzaro's final batter one way or the other. And it was probably the content of Hunton's conversation with his starter, saying, this is your guy. Get out of this inning or not. The 0-1. Pacioli swings, grounds it to the left side. Romberg gloves, fields cleanly, flips to first in time, side retired. So Mazzaro gets the last out of the 5th inning, but the Patriots do get on the scoreboard. That's a run. on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. 2-1 Blasters. We're through 5 on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Presenting the lowest car prices you've ever seen. Wow pricing. Only on Fullerton.com. It'll blow you away. If you want the best deals on all new cars and trucks, don't miss Fullerton's absolutely enormous spring clearance event. Get the lowest prices on our entire new inventory all month long. This month only at Fullerton.
Sorry, we were running late. No problem. Come on in.
New pitcher on the mound for the Somerset Patriots as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Mark Lauder Jr.'s night is done after 5 innings of work. We'll get to his line in a moment. But the new pitcher for the Somerset Patriots is Nate Rowe, right-handed pitcher, now technically in his 3rd year with the Somerset Patriots, I guess you could say. 6'2", 205-pound righty from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Of course, Nate has pitched with the Patriots in each of the last 2 seasons. Currently a member of the Somerset Patriots front office. He comes on the mound tonight, making his 4th appearance so far of the series. And it's been a good start for Nate so far in this series. He has allowed 1 run, but that 1 run was unearned. It came in his last appearance. So technically, Rowe 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. 4 innings of work for the righty. He has allowed just 1 hit. He has walked 3 batters, and he has struck out 2. Opponents are hitting just .077 against Rowe so far in this series. He will work against the 2-3-4 batters for the New Jersey Blasters. Luis Roman, Louis Martini, and Derek Romberg due up for New Jersey. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Blasters. 1 run on 4 hits, and no errors for the Somerset Patriots. And now Luis Roman steps in. The Blasters got a run in the 2nd inning on a 2-out RBI double from Tommy McCarthy. The man at the plate here, Luis Roman, added to the Blasters' lead with an RBI double in the top of the 3rd. At the time, extending the Blasters' lead to 2-0 as he attacks the first pitch here and flies it out to straightaway left field. Sean Guida's underneath it, settles under it, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Roman has now had 3 plate appearances. He has seen 3 pitches, attacking the first one each time, and each time, honestly, making pretty solid contact, but he's 1 for 3 to show for it. That 1 hit, of course, a big one. Now Louis Martini. Mentioned it before, he is the only player so far in this series to reach base safely in every game. With the exception so far of tonight, he's 0 for 2 so far this evening. Grounded out to short in the 1st. Hit the ball well, but flew out to right field his last time up in the 3rd. He faces Nate Rowe here with 1 out, nobody on, in the first pitch fastball, a called strike, 0-1. Martini, certainly not a stranger to professional baseball. Spent 4 years playing in the Pecos League, which is not an easy way to break into professional baseball, but it shows the passion that Martini has for the game. 0-1 breaking ball comes inside. That might have actually gone behind Martini. Hard for me to tell from this angle, a little off center. Either way, it's a ball. It didn't hit him. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I spoke with Martini on this week's podcast episode. He mentioned that before he even started playing in the Pecos League, he had to attend a Pecos spring training down in Houston. That was a showcase for the league. 1-1 misses up and in, 2 balls and a strike. So he took the chance, and this was his first chance to play professional baseball after he graduated from Montclair State. And he was impressive enough in the spring training to earn a spot where he started playing for Roswell, out of Roswell, New Mexico in the Pecos. 2-1, a ground ball to the left side and past the diving Kelly into left field. It's a base hit for Louis Martini. And he extends his on-base streak to 7 consecutive games, the longest on-base streak for any player in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. That'll bring up Derek Romberg. But it's not easy for Martini, or really any player for that matter, to go through the Pecos League. You know, the reports that have come out in regards to the Pecos League, it's a great opportunity for these guys to, you know, break into professional baseball. Those guys that want to go the independent route, that went undrafted out of college. First pitch to Derek Romberg, swung on and missed. Rowe had him looking foolish with a off-speed pitch. Romberg well out in front, 0-1. But, you know, it's not easy for a lot of players who have such a deep passion for the game to break into professional baseball. And it's not as simple as if you don't go drafted, well, then you just go to a league like the Frontier League, a higher-level indie league. 0-1. Romberg out in front of another off-speed pitch, falls behind 0-2. Rowe getting ahead with what looked like changeups. You know, and we've even had some conversations in previous Patriots broadcasts about the Pacific Association, which is where Martini played last year. But the Pecos League is a league really for guys that are dedicated to playing professionally. Pickoff attempt first, and Martini just gets back in. Rowe nearly got him. And Martini himself said, you know, the Pecos League, it's a lot of really great people. He said salt-of-the-earth people out there, and he was playing in Roswell, New Mexico, sometimes in front of little to no fans. But it's a league where guys normally play there for maybe a year or so and then try to find their way to another organization, another league. That wasn't the case for Martini. 0-2. Up and away. Martini, a delayed stolen base attempt, and the throw from Jackson air-mailed into center field, and Martini will advance over to third. Not a strong throw from Jordan Jackson. So a stolen base for Louis Martini. That's his first stolen base of the series. It's a big one. And then the E2 from Jordan Jackson advances Martini over to third. And now an insurance run for the Blasters, 90 feet away from home. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and it's a 1-2 count. Infield comes in, the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it briefly gets away from Jackson, but not far enough to entice Martini. Jackson could not locate the ball initially, but he eventually found it a little to the right of the Patriots logo behind home plate. And Martini, playing it cautiously, stayed at third base. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. It's a 2-1 Blasters lead. Tonight's game scheduled to go 7 innings. We're in the top of the 6th. Now, Somerset really wants to keep that runner over at third base. 2-2 to Romberg. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big strikeout, a king-size strikeout there from Nate Rowe.
I mean, you look good when you strike out, man. When I strike out, man, it looks nasty, man.
That holds Martini at third base for the time being. And now with 2 away, the Patriots infield can back up a bit. Romberg's 0 for 3. And now Zach Rakusin steps in. Rakusin 1 for 2 at a base hit to right field back in the 2nd inning. Righty on righty matchup, first pitch. Fastball just misses a little off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Sean Kaselica continues to get loose in the Blasters bullpen. So he looks ticketed to come on to the bottom of the 6th, the 1-0. Fastball located perfectly from Rowe. What a pitch. Fastball clipped the outside corner at the knees. A pitcher's pitch there from Nate Rowe. And it's a 1-1 count. Nate, a former Atlantic League All-Star. Was an All-Star in 2017 as a member of the New Britain Bees, an All-Star game that was played right here at TD Bank Ballpark. The 1-1. Swing and a hard hit ground ball through the right side of the infield. That's a base hit, and that'll score Martini from third base. Zach Rakusin comes through with a 2-out RBI single, and that extends the New Jersey Blasters' lead to 3-1 in the top of the sixth. Second run batted in of the series for Zach Rakusin. He's 2 for 3 tonight. So the Blasters get an insurance run. In the half inning immediately after the Patriots got on the board, that run erased. And now with 3-1 Blasters lead, that'll bring up Rob Calabrese. And now a transfer of a shin guard from Zach Rakusin. There's no first base coach currently for the New Jersey Blasters, so Rakusin took off his shin guard and then handed it to the base umpire, Freddie DeJesus, who then handed it to the Patriots third baseman, Joey Rose, who handed it to third base coach / manager John Hunton, who then just tossed it into the Blasters dugout. First pitch to Rob Calabrese, called the strike, 0-1. Normally there's a first base coach that is able to collect any additional protective gear from a batter once he reaches base, but no first base coach for the Blasters. They have a very short bench tonight. Really only one bench player with Martin Figueroa not available. Rakusin goes, the 0-1 in the dirt. Jackson couldn't find it, and Rakusin able to steal second base. Takes a couple of hard steps after that, but he'll stay there. That's a 1-1 count now. For Rakusin, that's his second stolen base of the series. Second stolen base also of the inning for the Blasters. Now another runner in scoring position. A 1-1 count with 2 out, top of the sixth. Patriots trailing 3-1. Rakusin with a large lead off of second base. Here's the pitch. And Calabrese takes upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rob's 0 for 2 today. Stole a base and scored a run back in the second inning after he reached on a fielder's choice. Now he steps out of the batter's box here. So Hunton, the manager for the Blasters, wanted to get at least 5 out of Mazzaro tonight. He got that. He was hoping for 6. He looks like he's not going to get that out of Vin. 2-1. Calabrese takes low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Kaselika's going to come on for the 6th inning for New Jersey, and if there's a safe situation in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be interesting to see if Hunton keeps Kaselika on or if he goes to his bullpen for Vin Aiello. Ideally for Hunton and the Blasters, they want to have 3 pitchers available tomorrow that did not throw today. 2 of them will be Ryan Williamson and Alex Vargas. 3-1. Swing and a cue shot off the end of the bat. Rolls foul down the first base line, 3-2. Again, because Michael Lopresti is not available due to shoulder soreness. And Brandon Liebrand, of course, not in the Blasters anymore after his contract was purchased by the Miami Marlins. The Blasters entered tonight's ball game with just 4 members of their bullpen and not having a starting pitcher tomorrow, so really only 3 pitchers or so. But really only 2 because they want to throw both Williamson and Vargas tomorrow night. Runner at second with 2 away. Rakusin dancing off the bag. And now time is called right before Rowe began to deliver home. For the Patriots, Max Herman's not available tonight. He's going to be the starting pitcher tomorrow. So Rowe the first out of the pen tonight, but they still have James Puglisi available, who did not pitch last week. Taylor Wright available, and Billy Lane Jr. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rowe wins the battle against Calabrese and retires the side in the top of the 6th inning, but not before the Blasters scratch together a run on 2 hits, 1 key error, and 1 runner left on base. 3-1 New Jersey will move to the bottom of the 6th on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
For over 85 years, in every county across the state, we've protected the health of New Jersey, covering families and businesses through life's big moments and the small ones. Because we don't just work here, we live here too. over 5,000 local employees, all with the same purpose, taking care of you.
Public school libraries aren't the quiet spaces you might remember. They're full of energy, places where connections are made and understandings forged. Libraries are hubs for information, technology, and creativity. They're a force for democracy, free and open to all, teaching students to be critical thinkers and engaged citizens. School libraries are where learning happens, and they're more important than ever. I'm Dee Venuto, and I'm proud to be a public school librarian and NJEA member.
This one, the bullpen brought to you by Covenant Bank. Now on the mound for the Blasters, number 31, Sean Celica.
New pitcher in the game for the New Jersey Blasters as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Vin Mazzaro is done, and it's Sean Celica who comes on the mound here to make his 3rd appearance out of the pen for the Blasters in this series. Celica, of course, in his first year with the Blasters, a 6'2", 210-pound southpaw from Glen Gardner, New Jersey. AAA experience most recently in 2019 with the Indianapolis Indians. Celica has made 2 appearances so far. He has yet to allow a run. He has walked 4 batters, so control has been a bit of an issue for Celica, but he has struck out 2. And the most important bottom line number for Celica, he has yet to allow an earned run. He enters for Vin Mazzaro and will face the heart of the Patriots order. 3-4-5 due up for the Patriots in the bottom of the 6th inning. Shane Fontana followed by Dan Valerio and Joey Rose due up. We'll get to Mazzaro's final line in a moment. Celica southpaw. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Shane Fontana. Fastball taken low and away, 1-0. So Mazzaro is done after 5 innings of work. He allows 1 run earned on 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. As Fontana takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. Right now, Mazzaro in line for what would be his 2nd win of the series, should the Blasters' pen hold on for the final 6 outs. As Fontana takes a called strike, 2-1. 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Blasters, 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Patriots as Fontana takes 1 low and away. Now 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). Swung on and lifted foul. Over the backstop and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fontana has reached base in each of his 2 plate appearances. Both times base hits to right field, both times very sharply hit. He's also got a stolen base tonight as well. Lefty on lefty matchup. Here's a 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Breaking ball from Celica just misses off the plate. And for the 3rd time tonight, Shane Fontana has reached base. And now we'll see how the Blasters want to keep Fontana honest at first. It's a bit of a tricky situation here because, of course, the Patriots are trailing by 2 runs, and they've got some power bats coming up in both Dan Valerio and Joey Rose. So you want to give those guys an opportunity where 1 swing of the bat could tie up this ball game. Here's Valerio, first pitch. Fastball from Celica. It's in for a called strike, 0-1. But Valerio 0 for 1 today with a walk. Rose 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And those are the next 2 guys for the Patriots due up. And Celica will throw over. Fontana back to the bag, standing safely. Well, the hope for Hunton was that he was going to get 2 innings out of Kaselica tonight if he needed to go to him before the 7th inning. Kaselica certainly has the ability to go 2. The question is, would the walks that he's issued to this point come back into play again tonight? 0-1 misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And unfortunately, with walks comes elevated pitch counts. And one of the last things that either John Hunton or Brett Jody want to do in this series is put a pitcher in a bad position where, an arm starts to get a little sore. It's the last thing that either manager wants to do. So you hold the pitch counts relatively conservative for these guys, and you really feel them out on an inning-by-inning basis. 1-1. Misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. But if Kaselica can only go 1 inning tonight for the Blasters, I would imagine Vin Aiello would come on for the 7th inning in hopes of a save opportunity. And if that were the case, then likely either Kaselica and or Aiello would have to pitch tomorrow night as well. The 2-1. Fastball misses high, now 3 balls and a strike. I did talk to Hunton about if he has a position player that could step in an emergency pitching role if needed. And he said, quote, well, pretty much everyone on the team has approached me with interest in that situation, so he doesn't have a definite guy just yet. 3-1. Up and away, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Sean Kaselica to begin his evening. And now the Patriots, on the backs of a couple of free passes, have the tying run aboard at first base and the go-ahead run stepping to the plate with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that'll bring out Blasters manager John Hunton to have a conversation with Kaselica and the rest of his infield. There is a little bit of stretching being done in the Blasters bullpen down the left field line, but I would imagine that Kaselica is going to be given a lot of opportunities to work his way through this inning. Sean most recently in 2019 split his season between AAA Indianapolis and AA Altoona in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. He did allow 33 walks over 52 innings with AAA Indianapolis last year, so walks have been a bit of a bugaboo for Kaselica as of late. That's now 6 walks that he has allowed over 2+ innings of work as a Blaster. And he's got some tough sledding to do here in the bottom of the 6th. Fontana, excellent speed off of second. Valerio, solid speed off of first. Rose at the plate, first pitch. Called a strike. Fastball. Positioned well, low inside corner. Rose disagrees, and it's an 0-1 count. Joey Rose 0 for 2 today. He has struck out twice. He's now 3 for 17 in this series. He does have the lone home run. He does lead the Somerset Patriots with 3 runs batted in. Blasters in front of this ball game 3-1, but a big opportunity for Rose. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball stays above the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rose's lone home run came off a left-handed relief pitcher. Came off of Ryan Williamson on Friday, July 24th. He's got a lot of power from the right side, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, a big cut there. He tipped the fastball from Kaselica into the glove of Blasters catcher Rob Calabrese. So a ball and 2 strikes with nobody out and 2 on. Bottom of the 6th inning, again, a game scheduled to go 7. Adam Tricarico awaits on deck. Boy, Sean Kaselica would love a strikeout here. Now the 1-2. Swing and a ground ball hard hit down the third base line. It's a fair ball past Romberg. That scores Fontana. Hustling towards third is Valerio. He'll be held there. That's an RBI double for Joey Rose. And the Patriots are within a run. 3-2. Somerset trails with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. That is a big double for Joey Rose. And now not only do the Patriots have the tying run 90 feet away from home, but they've got the go-ahead run in scoring position. 4th run batted in of the series for Joey Rose as well. that leads the Patriots. So the back-to-back walks to begin the inning have come back to haunt Kaselica. Now the Blasters bring the infield in with nobody out. First base open, first pitch. Tricarico offers on a pitch in the dirt, 0-1. So this is as good an opportunity as any for Somerset. They try to grab the lead. They scratched together a run in the bottom of the fifth. The Blasters answered with a run in the top of the sixth, and now Patriots have a run home. They've got two on, and the 0-1 to Tricarico swung on and missed, 0-2. Patriots designated hitter, 0 for 2 tonight, flew out to deep center field in the second inning, popped out to the second baseman in fourth. Now 1 for 13 in this series. He does have a run batted in. Kaselica comes set, the 0-2. Swinging a soft ground ball, hit foul down the third base line. And Tricarico stays alive. Three runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Blasters. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Patriots. Valerio off of third, Rose off of second. Right-handed hitting Tricarico at the plate, the 0-2. Up and away with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't want to necessarily call this a must-win game for the Patriots, but keep in mind this is a 13-game series. So the first team to 7 wins the series, and the Blasters are up 4-2. Somerset cannot afford to fall behind too much further. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Huge strikeout there from Sean Kaselica. He dialed back with a little extra juice on that fastball. And there's one away in the home half of the sixth. That'll bring up Connor Justice. 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the fifth. Just to put things in perspective, we have 7 games left in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series, and the Blasters are intentionally walking Connor Justice here. So no pitches need to be thrown. An intentional free pass says Justice at first base, and that loads the bases. And it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup between Sean Guida and Sean Kaselica. Though it looks like the Patriots might be bringing in a pinch hitter. Nope, they're not. Guida stays in. He's just getting a new piece of lumber. Something wasn't quite right with the previous bat that he had. So in a lefty-lefty matchup, Sean Guida will have an opportunity to either tie up this ball game or give the Patriots the lead. But the reason I say almost must win, with 7 games left in the series, it's the first team to win 7 games wins the series. I'm probably not presenting this in the most clear-cut way. Bases loaded, 1 out, first pitch. Drops in for a called strike, 0-1. So, because including tonight there's only 7 games left, the Blasters only need to win 3 of the next 7 games to win the series. Meanwhile, the Patriots need to win 5 of the next 7 games to win the series. If Somerset loses tonight, they would only have 1 more loss available to them. 0-1. Called a strike. What a pitch there from Sean Kaselica. Fastball clips the outside corner, knee high, against the 5'9" Sean Guida. Bases are loaded. There's 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Already a run home in the inning for the Patriots, but they're looking for more. They need more. Valerio at third, Rose at second, Justice at first. Now the 0-2. Swing and a chopper towards short, could be 2. It's Lipschitz, flips it over Roman, who drops the ball. Valerio already in to score, and right behind him is Joey Rose. It's ruled that Roman dropped the ball on the transfer, so Justice out at second base, but 2 runs score on a fielder's choice. And the Patriots have tied up this ball game at 3. Or rather have taken now a 4-3 lead. That's right, 2 runs score on the play. So now Jordan Jackson steps in. Sean Guida at first. 3 runs home in the inning for the Patriots. They lead 4-3, and Jackson swings and misses at a fastball from Kiselica and falls behind 0-1. So a lot to digest after that play. There's a runner at first base now with 2 away in the inning. That's 2 runs scored on that bizarre exchange. I believe that there will be 1 error on that play on Luis Roman on the transfer. The 0-2 to Jackson is, or rather 0-1 to Jackson is swung on and missed 0-2. So I'll try to decipher everything that just happened there. Zach Lipschitz gloved the ball, and the Blasters were looking to turn 2, but it was a soft toss from Lipschitz, so it wasn't very quickly turned initially. And Roman was ruled to have caught the ball at second base, retiring Connor Justice, but lost control on the transfer, according to the base umpire, Freddie DeJesus. So, what that leads me to believe is that it's a fielder's choice that allows Guida to reach, and 1 run batted in on the play. And then a second run comes home on an E4. Guida runs as the 0-2 is fouled off, because Valerio would have scored regardless, but on an E4, you have Roman, who dropped the ball and then let the ball roll away from him into shallow center, which allowed Joey Rose, who advanced to third base on the fielder's choice, to then score. So I think that's how we're going to rule it. Confusing play. And now Kiselica steps off. So we're going to rule it a fielder's choice, a 6-4 fielder's choice that retires Connor Justice at second base. 1 RBI is given to Sean Guida. And then on the E4, a second run comes home to score. 0-2. Fastball misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Either way, on a bizarre play, the end result is that the Somerset Patriots have now scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they have taken a 4-3 lead over the New Jersey Blasters, which means there's going to be a save opportunity for Somerset in the top of the 7th. Kiselica, the lefty, comes set. Guida runs, the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that retires the side. But the Patriots, in a bit of a bizarre inning, take the lead. 3 runs are home on what we'll say is 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. It'll be a save opportunity for the Somerset Patriots. They lead 4-3 as we move to the top of the 7th inning on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC, and WCTCAM.com.
Somerset! Somerset!
Somerset! Somerset!
All right, fans, let me hear you. Somerset! Come on, louder than that! Somerset! 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 Psst. Somerset! Patriots!
It is now a save opportunity for the Somerset Patriots. As we move to the top of the 7th inning, there's a new pitcher in the game for the Patriots. It is Taylor Wright. We've got a lot to catch up on here, but again, this is a 7-inning ball game, and with the Patriots plating 3 runs, 2 of which were earned in the bottom of the 6th inning, Taylor Wright now enters with an opportunity to close the door and give the Patriots a big win. Wright coming on. Believe this will now be his 4th appearance for the Patriots. It is. He's allowed 1 run over 3 innings to this point. He has not walked a batter. He has struck out 5 over his 3 innings. So this is appearance number 4, and this is save opportunity number 1 for Taylor Wright, who had 4 appearances with the Somerset Patriots
leading off the top of the 7th
inning in the end of the 2019 season. And now he makes his 4th appearance in this series. Tommy McCarthy leads off for the Blasters in the top of the 7th inning, and the first pitch that he sees is fouled off down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike. James Puglisi has a save for the Patriots so far, the only save. He has the only save opportunity as well for Somerset to this point. 0-1. McCarthy checks his swing on a breaking ball, but it dropped in for a called strike. And McCarthy now falls behind 0-2. Puglisi was available tonight, but right now it's Taylor Wright who has the opportunity, and he's going up against the bottom 3rd of the Blasters' order. McCarthy, Lipschitz, and Shenlugian with the Blasters now trailing 4-3 in the top of the 7th inning. 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McCarthy opened up the scoring this evening, had a 2-out RBI double back in the 2nd inning, which gave the Blasters a 1-0 lead. New Jersey then added to their lead with an RBI double from Luis Roman in the 3rd. But the Patriots have stormed back late tonight, the 1-2. McCarthy fouls it off. After leading 2-0, Somerset scratched together a run in the bottom of the 5th inning on a run-scoring ground-out from Scott Kelly. That made it a 2-1 ball game. Blasters responded, got a 2-out RBI single from Zach Recusin in the top of the 6th to make it 3-1 New Jersey. But 3 runs home for the Patriots in the bottom of the 6th inning. An RBI double from Joey Rose, and then a run-scoring fielder's choice from Sean Guido with a 2nd run scoring on a fielding error from Luis Roman to put the Patriots in front 4-3. 1-2. Breaking ball just misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right, I think we're all caught up now at this point. Social media has been updated. Scoreboard on the broadcast has been updated. I think we're all caught up. McCarthy's fouled off a couple of tough pitches already in this at-bat. The 2-2 from Wright. That fastball misses up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Nate Rowe works 1 inning for the Somerset Patriots out of the pen. He allows 1 run unearned on 2 hits with no walks and 2 strikeouts. And right now, Rowe in line for the win should this score hold, the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. Justice charges in at second. He gloves an easy flip on to first base, and there's 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on, and that'll bring up Zach Lipschitz.
Shortstop Zach Lipschitz.
Lipschitz 0 for 2 so far tonight. Sean Kaselika would be in line for the loss should this score hold. It was a bizarre inning for Kaselika in which he allowed 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 1 hit, but allowing 2 walks. Righty on righty matchup. Lipschitz attacks the first pitch, flies it out to right field, but it's right at Shane Fontana. He makes the catch, and now the Blasters are down to their final out. So 2 out, nobody on. That'll bring up Mark Shenlugian. 1 for 2 tonight. Shenlugian had a double off the base of the right field fence in his first at bat. Came around to score a run. Grounded out to second base in his last time up. First pitch from Taylor Wright. Above the letters, 1 ball and no strikes. I've said it before, but Taylor Wright was in line to be the first guy to have save opportunities with the Somerset Patriots, had there been a normal Atlantic League season this year. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But Wright still finds a way to have a save opportunity in a Patriots uniform in 2020, which is pretty cool. 1-0 to Shenlugian, lifted out towards shallow left. Racing in is Guida. He'll play it on a hop. And Mark Shenlugian keeps this ball game alive. That 2-out base hit deposited over the shortstop Scott Kelly and in front of the left fielder Sean Guida. Now Liam MacArthur will step in, and we'll see how risky Mark Shenlugian wants to be off of first base. Entering tonight, the New Jersey Blasters had 6 stolen bases as a team. Mark Shenlugian had 3 of them. And now Brett Jody is going to come out to the mound. James Puglisi is getting loose in Patriots bullpen. And wow, Brett's going to make a pitching change. Puglisi, who had not pitched last week, is going to come on with 2 out and a runner at first in the top of the 7th inning. So Taylor Wright only sees 3 batters. And surprisingly, he is taken out of this ball game. And it won't be Taylor Wright who has an opportunity for the save. Instead, it will be James Puglisi, who enters with 2 out and a runner at first. So we'll step aside for the pitching change. Patriots leading by 1. And Liam MacArthur will be at the plate when we return on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
You know those times when you need to see the doctor, but you just can't get to the doctor? So where do you go? Go to the App Store, download the Telemed app from RWJ Barnabas Health, and you see the doctor right away. From any mobile device, whenever you want, wherever you are. And no matter who you are, we'll have you feeling like you again.
The doctor's online when you download the Telemed app. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
We know back to school may not look the same this year, but Flemington Department Stores still wants you to be ready. So right now, save 20% on select outerwear, activewear, and all backpacks, and 10% on all women's Levi's and Lee denim. Also save big on brands like The North Face, Patagonia, Under Armour, Prana, Champion, Aloe, and so many more. Let's step into the school year with confidence and style. Only at Flemington Department Store. It's worth the trip.
James Puglisi on the mound for the Somerset Patriots as we return with 2 out and a runner at first base in the top of the 7th inning. A ball game in which the Patriots twice trailed by 2 runs and are now 1 out away from pulling within a game of the New Jersey Blasters for first place in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Taylor Wright faced 3 batters to begin this inning, got the first 2 out, and then Mark Shenlugian looped the base hit to left field to keep this ball game alive. And now the left-handed hitting Liam MacArthur, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He steps into the plate, hoping to keep this game alive. Mark Shenlugian is 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. He's off of first base. He represents the tying run. We'll see if he thinks about stealing second. First pitch to Liam MacArthur, a fastball fouled off. No balls and a strike. Somebody, I think some fan must have made a nice catch. Nice round of applause for somebody on that.
I am very proud of myself.
Now the 0-1. MacArthur slaps it foul. And now the Blasters are down to their final strike of the evening. Puglisi making his 3rd relief appearance of the series. He is 1 for 1 in save opportunities. He has worked 3 innings. He has struck out 3 batters. He has yet to allow a run. He has been impressive so far. Rather, worked 3 innings, struck out 6. Shenlugian runs. Breaking ball misses low. Throw down to second base. And Shenlugian beats the tag. So on a 2-strike count, he runs on a breaking ball. Shenlugian picked that attempt well. It was a strong throw from Jordan Jackson. And a nice tag, honestly, applied by Scott Kelly as well at second base, but Shanlugian slid right underneath it. And now the Blasters have the tying run at second base. But a 1-2 count with 2 away in the top of the 7th. And a ball game scheduled to go 7. Blasters down to their final strike. It's Lee MacArthur at the plate, a left-handed batter against the righty James Pugliese. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pugliese sets down Liam MacArthur, and the Somerset Patriots have come from behind and won tonight's ball game 4-3. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Patriots gives them a much-needed win and now brings them within 1 game in the chase for the Joe Torre Championship Trophy. Your final score from TD Bank Ballpark, the Somerset Patriots 4 and the New Jersey Blasters 3. We'll step aside when we return the Flemington Department Store postgame show. That coming up next on SPN.TV, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
After the latest executive order, we are open to sell cars in our showroom.
Flemington Car and Truck Country has what you're looking for and is following CDC guidelines to assure a healthy environment. Choose from 16 manufacturer brands plus over 500 available certified pre-owned vehicles with financing as low as 0%. Flemington Car and Truck Country is open for business. Start your search at flemington.com.
The prices of new and used cars will never be lower. Now is the time.
Before our school year was disrupted, educational support professionals like Sean, Kula, and Anna were critical to keeping our schools running.
Men at work.
But now we have another mission.
Yes, ma'am.
Making sure students don't go hungry. That's why we're out here distributing thousands of meals to students and families. And not just here, but all over New Jersey. Because NJEA members are committed to helping families get through this. And we're here for you, no matter what.
The top of the concourse or the lower concourse or wherever you can find them. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark for the Flemington Department Store postgame show as the Somerset Patriots come from behind and defeat the New Jersey Blasters this evening 4-3. Flemington Department Store, the area's best selection of quality clothing, flooring, furniture, and footwear, found in our 2-acre showroom located on Route 31 north of the Flemington Circle. Flemington Department Store. It is worth the trip. We had ourselves a bit of an odd one tonight, but a big-time win for the Somerset Patriots. Let's get into the highlights. Vin Mazzaro on the mound for the New Jersey Blasters against Mark Leiter Jr. on the bump for the Patriots. It was a 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Leiter Jr. In the bottom half of the first, the Patriots had an opportunity. Back-to-back base hits from Justin Pacioli and Shane Fontana put runners at first and third with one away. But Vin Mazzaro struck out Dan Valerio, struck out Joey Rose, and escaped the first inning without any danger. He would be assisted in the top of the second inning as the Blasters took the lead. A one-out base hit from Zach Rakusin, traded places with Rob Calabrese at first base, who reached on a fielder's choice. Rob Calabrese then stole second base, and it was Tommy McCarthy that would put the Blasters ahead. So the Blasters ahead 1-0 on the McCarthy RBI double. They would add another run in the top of the third inning. Mark Shenlugian led off the frame with a double off the right field fence. A couple of batters later, with Shenlugian off of second base, it was Luis Roman who would double the Blasters' lead. So New Jersey was up 2-0 at that point, and that lead would hold for a while. Vin Mazzaro pitching very well at one point, retired eight Patriots in a row. He would escape trouble in the fourth inning to keep Somerset off the board, but the Patriots would break through in the fifth. Connor Justice led off the inning, was hit by a pitch. Sean Guida then followed up with a base hit. So the Patriots had runners at first and second with nobody out. Jordan Jackson dropped down a sacrifice bunt to advance runners to second and third, and that's when Scott Kelly would bring home the first run of the night for the Patriots. So 2-1 Patriots trailing, but the Blasters would get a quote-unquote insurance run. Wound up that they needed more, but they would get a run back in the top of the sixth. A one-out base hit from Louis Martini, who stole second base and then came around to score on a clutch two-out base hit from Zach Rakusin. So the Blasters were up 3-1. Vin Mazzaro was done after 5 innings of work. He allowed just 1 run on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, things would get a little wacky for the New Jersey Blasters defensively. Sean Kaselica came into the ballgame for New Jersey. He allowed a leadoff walk to Shane Fontana, and then a walk one batter later to Dan Valerio as well, which is a cardinal sin to allow a walk to the leadoff man coming out of the bullpen, let alone to walk the first 2 guys. And then it was Joey Rose with runners at first and second and nobody out that would get the Patriots within a run. So the Patriots trailing 3-2 at that point. Adam Tricarico, the next batter, struck out swinging, and then Connor Justice was intentionally walked. So the bases were loaded with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then the upcoming highlight you're about to hear was a bit of a weird play. Sean Guida at the plate, and we'll just let the audio play itself out. So 2 runs scored on that fielder's choice, and it wound up giving the Patriots a 4-3 lead at that point. So they were trailing 3-2, and then the 2-run score to make it 4-3. And looking back at the play, and I might have to score it again after I watch a highlight the next time, but pretty much it was a soft ground ball that was hit to Lipschitz, and he had a soft turn over to second base for the first out, and then Freddie DeJesus, the field umpire for tonight's ball game, said that Luis Roman dropped the ball in transferring it. So 1 out was recorded at second, but when Roman dropped the ball on the transfer, he didn't just drop the ball wound up rolling away from him into shallow center field, and by the time he got to the ball, the runner who was at second base initially, Joey Rose, he never stopped running, and there was no play at the plate either. Rose easily scored without a throw. So the Patriots scored 2 runs. The way that we're scoring it right now is that it was a run-scoring fielder's choice for Sean Guida, so he gets 1 RBI on the play, and then the second run scores on a fielding error from Luis Roman. So 1 RBI to Guida. Another run comes home on the E4, and the Patriots at that point took a 4-3 lead, and that wound up being the difference in the ballgame. In the top of the 7th inning, Taylor Wright began the frame on the mound for the Patriots. He got the first 2 guys out, allowed a 2-out blue base hit to Mark Shenlugian. Wright was taken out of the ballgame. Into the ballgame came James Puglisi, who was able to strike out Liam MacArthur after Shenlugian stole second, and the Blasters fell tonight 4-3, stranding the tying run at second base in the top of the 7th inning. So a wacky back-and-forth game, but a much-needed win for the Somerset Patriots. So in total, 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 5 runners left on base for the Patriots. 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and 4 runners left on base for the Blasters. The winning pitcher tonight is Nate Rowe. He improves to 2-0 on the season after he allowed 1 unearned run on 2 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts over his 1 inning of relief. Sean Kaselika takes the loss for the Blasters. He drops to 0-1. Kaselika allows 3 runs, 2 earned on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout over his 1 inning of relief. And James Puglisi only needs to face 1 batter. He works a third of an inning, but Puglisi records the save, his 2nd of the series, in a ball game that took 2 hours and 28 minutes in front of an announced, sold-out, socially distanced crowd of 500 fans here at TD Bank Ballpark. With the win, the New Jersey Blasters, they fall to 4-3. The Somerset Patriots improve to 3-4, which means that there's just a 1-game difference between the Patriots and the Blasters for first place in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. That, of course, very much important. After tonight, there are now 6 games remaining in this series. And again, it's the first team to win 7 games will win the series and take home the Joe Torre Championship Trophy. So 6 games remain. The Blasters need to win 3 of the final 6 in order to win the series. The Patriots need to win 4 of the final 6 to win the series. So certainly both teams very much in play to take home the Joe Torre Championship Trophy. Our next broadcast will take place tomorrow night, right back here at TD Bank Ballpark. This, of course, will be the makeup date from last night's postponement. It'll be a 6 p.m. first pitch here at TD Bank Ballpark. So not a 7 p.m., not a 5 p.m. like we would normally have during a normal Atlantic League season on a Sunday. A 6 p.m. first pitch here at TD Bank Ballpark. Well, technically a 6:05 p.m. first pitch with our coverage on both 1450 WCTC as well as youtube.com/Somerset Patriots beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. A couple of thank yous to send out before we end tonight's broadcast. As always, a huge thank you to Mike Lawrence, who is running our boards back at our WCTC studios in Somerset, who I also found out earlier tonight finally had his power back after Tropical Storm Isaias wiped out his power for a couple of days. So, Mike, thank you for your help tonight. Go home, enjoy some air conditioning, enjoy some electricity because you certainly deserve it. Also, a big thank you to the entire Somerset Patriots front office. Always worth repeating. They are right now walking through the entire seating bowl here at TD Bank Ballpark with brooms, with mops, and with garbage bags, cleaning up the entire facility to make sure that we have a pristine field for tomorrow night's ball game. So a big thank you, as always, to the entire Somerset Patriots front office. But that'll do it for us here from TD Bank Ballpark this evening. One final time, your final score tonight. It's the Somerset Patriots, a come-from-behind victory. They take down the New Jersey Blasters 4-3 and move within one game of first place in the Somerset Professional Baseball Series standings. For everyone involved with the broadcast, my name is Mark Schwartz. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. For game number 8 of the Somerset Professional Baseball Series. Have a pleasant good night, everyone. Thank you.